Hi guys, welcome to the dungeon. I'm DM Dunn, and this is going to be episode. What are we on? Episode 7. Episode 7 of Bloodlines and Power. Today, our Damien is busy doing real world stuff, so we're going to have to play without Damien today. And last time that we met, the adventurers, the A-team, were in the middle of the ish trying to audition to getting hired by the Open Lord of Waterdeep. They were in the gladiator arenas fighting, and then they were greeted by a stranger once they were running out onto the field with a cyclops. A blue tiefling named Locke had joined the fray. And I believe when he was questioned why you're here, I think he said, "I'm here to rescue you guys, or make sure you don't die."
Make sure y'all don't die. Yeah.
Make sure y'all don't die. Now you hear? Seems
voice. Yep.
It seems like he's from a southern drawl or something like that.
Precisely.
And they also noticed a stranger from the crowd jumping into the arena, falling on his face, standing up and getting smashed by a boulder from the Cyclops and knocked unconscious. And they kind of turned to find out that was actually Damien, who had finally made it to the arena. But I guess maybe now he's recovering from embarrassment. That's why he's not here tonight. Who knows? So after you guys defeated the Cyclops, you guys were taken backstage, and then sometime later you guys were brought back out, and you guys were on in the arena with the other team that you guys had met at the Yawning Portal. And you guys found out that you were the two surviving teams, the top two contenders, and that you guys had 30 seconds to place yourselves because one team was going to be exiting victorious. 29, 28, 27. We also had a couple of guest players join us in helping me try to run those 5 other NPCs, which was much appreciated. So if you guys are watching, thank you so much, Steve. Thank you, Troy, for helping out. It was awesome. It made my life so much better. I just wish that our dice were as good as the team's dice was, because the A-team was rolling A's all effing night. It was ridiculous.
That's why we're called the A-team.
The A-team, because they're always winning. And
I'm sure you can fix that.
And so, no, hey, if you win, you win. But if you die, you
did
die.
Try. You did try. I'll give you that.
Don't worry. This is a long-term campaign. I will try again. Try again. And so, during this fight, you guys were able to actually kill all 5 members of the opposing team dead on the sands of the gladiator arena floor.
No!
We really killed him.
You did. Not one person ever said, "I'm pulling a punch" or doing a non-lethal attack. So,
not after we found out they messed with our team member.
The 5 other people. So this is where we're going to start off. First of all, any questions from my players from where we're at?
I don't know. I think that one of our players was kind of a softie.
He
He was trying to protect.
He's the one that did the final blow and killed her.
and then tried to save her.
Nope.
I did try to save her.
Nope.
Wait. I did try to save her. You didn't let me save her, but
Correct.
I tried to save her.
No. John, the player, wanted to try to save her, but it was not allowed within the game. So
my character didn't try to save her, is what you're saying.
Your character
Nope.
tried CPR but didn't know how.
So did
You
my
crushed
character
your
try to save
chest
her or
as
not?
opposed to
Okay.
Nope.
Regardless. Okay, fine.
gently massaging
Outside
you back to
of this, though, there's some good role-playing opportunities from now on about this, right? So, DM, the question is, we can pull our punches. Do we have to say? Can we say when we do the final blow? Like, how do you want to do this? Then we can say, I want to pull my punch and not kill her.
No.
Do we have to say the whole time we don't want to kill this
Yes.
creature?
Every
At
attack.
the very beginning.
Every attack that you do.
Right. So every attack.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
And you cannot pull a punch on a ranged attack.
Yep, got it.
So let's say we've been going all out, hit, when they're looking pretty sad, and you say, now I'm going to start pulling my punches because I just want to put them on the ground. I don't want to kill them. That would still...
Yep, that would still work.
That would work.
Okay, got it.
As long as they're still alive, and then whenever you say, I want to do a non-lethal attack, Then whatever damage, if it knocks them down to 0 instead of dead, they'll be unconscious.
Stunned or something.
Mhm.
Okay.
Good. Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay. Then let's get into it. So, as you guys are laying victorious, the stadiums just starts to erupt as it was when you guys were first introduced. It's thunderously loud. It's awesome. You guys can feel the percussions in your chest just vibrating, the thunderous
We'll get you one of the
excitement. As Lux leans over to Locke and says,
We'll get you one.
We'll get you one of these Nicky tablets as soon as we can.
awesome, love it.
Tours.
Relaxes.
See now everybody, all the other teammate,
You're great.
the other team.
Hold on one quick second. As this is happening, the doors have opened up and you guys are seeing like slaves, workers running in, and they're grabbing the dead bodies and they're like pulling them off.
I pull out one of my 2 fine cigars I purchased
I
earlier.
think we should loot them.
Smart. Lighter with Druid Craft. I love it when a plan comes together.
Nice.
I take a puff of it.
As he coughs it out.
Yeah.
He's allergic to cigars.
Yeah.
And those were really fine cigars, if I recall. They were not cheap.
Yeah.
Very nice. So as he's puffing his cigars, there are drag marks in the sand where the bodies are being pulled off and they're being taken back into the doors that you guys have come through off out of the arena. Piles of blood soaking in the sand.
I feel like Spartacus.
Yeah. And so you guys are standing around in the sand. Is there anything specific other than lighting the cigar and loving plans that come together? Is there anything else you guys wanted to do while the excitement is still at its peak?
Get a little inner monologue. So I'm really torn. Like, this is awesome. We did it. And the other side, like, we really fucked this up too. We didn't need all this bloodshed, but I love it. And oh, what do we do about this? Especially bad too. But that's not what that's my internal monologue. And then to everybody, let's talk about this in the bar next time, okay?
And just as a real world reminder, everybody on that side, the microphone's over here, so if you guys can speak louder so that it gets the audio better would be appreciated. So perfect. So Wilbin is having this internal dialogue of, oh, so much blood, but it's awesome, but fuck, it was bad, but it was good. Okay, cool. Got it. Okay. So then as there's like you're just it's getting louder and louder, like the audience is like stomping on the floor underneath them, you know, and they're the clapping and the yelling and the screaming, and it's just like almost deafening. Like if you wanted to talk to each other, you'd have to like at a concert, like yell in their ears right next to each other, because it is just loud, and the excitement and as you're taking it, the appreciation for the victory that you guys have just accomplished and the feats that you guys have just done. They are very entertained.
It's a little sobering.
And as you guys are looking around and just soaking in, you know, the glory. What, 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 of you have your Talbers with your red A's on them.
The 2
Damien.
have painted ones or prestidigitated.
Yeah, mine was. I think I'm minor illusion mine.
Oh, you minor illusion one?
I have prestidigitated Damien's.
Prestidigitation can't create an A, can it?
You
Yeah.
can I think you can put a design or something on it too.
You make a color, a small marker, a symbol appear on an object.
So you're going to put an A on Damien's chest? Okay. All right. Very well. And so there we go. But eventually, as you guys are just kind of like looking around at the audience, it's like almost instantaneously as you guys are like looking, because you're surrounded, you're in a bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Almost instantaneously, it gets quiet. And you can, as you look at the stage, you see everybody looking in one direction. And as you turn and look, you look back at the royalty box again. And standing there, you see the high ponytail, the blonde hair flowing backwards. And you see Lemon in her glory standing there.
All her glory?
No. She's clothed. And she says, "Congratulations on your victory. I look forward to speaking with you all shortly. Rest up,
Give a
regain
half
your
bow.
strengths, and I will be in touch shortly. Thank you for all that you have done. And then you see her turn and she leaves.
As she does that, bow.
Those that you bow, she kind of gives like a little head nod, like a thank you, appreciate it, thank you, appreciate it. And then she steps down off of her platform, and then she exits through one of the doors on the side of
Is
the
it
box.
clear which door we should walk through to exit the arena?
At this point, they're all open
Okay.
because workers have come out from all of them, and all the doors are
I
open.
didn't know.
There's
It
no-
was just one or two.
There's no danger at this point. You see some of them have pulled the bodies out. You see others that are like scooping up, like shoveling up sand that is coated in the blood into like wheelbarrows and putting more sand, fresh wheelbarrows with fresh sand are being put back out. So they're just cleaning up and getting it ready for the next one, whenever it may be. So they're out there working and cleaning up. So you know which one you were brought into.
Let's go back to that one.
The one that you literally came out of was underneath the royalty box, but that was only
a
for that
different
last
one.
fight.
Right.
Otherwise, you guys had been coming in through a door that was on the other
Yeah,
end.
let's go back to that one. And
The one that you came out of
Yes.
the multiple times?
I think so.
Sure. So you can turn away from the box and head the opposite direction, and you'll recognize which door that one is.
Mhm.
And then as you walk out,
Dark in here.
yeah, it's dark in there for sure.
No problem.
Now, you guys kind of have free reign. I mean, you can just walk around, do whatever you want at this point. Back there's nobody telling you can't do anything or go anywhere. Is there anything specifically you want to do underground behind the scenes in the gladiator arena?
Well, if we have the ability to walk around, why not, find out what it's like,
Sure.
what the area is like.
So, as you walk around, you can see that obviously there's the staging area that you guys were most used to, where you guys were getting your multiple short rests and hanging out in between the rounds that you guys were fighting all day. Everybody is kind of sore and tired. You've had a long day of multiple
been
battles.
tough.
So, yeah, if you really want to walk around, you can. Or if you want to walk just kind of close, you can see that on both sides of like the hallway or the walkway, there are multiple staging areas on either side. But if you want to like investigate further, you can find that there are cages that would hold like creatures and animals or whatever that might be monsters that might be put out into the arena. Give me an investigation roll, Rowena.
Whoa.
Please
Just
sign in.
What is that?
Twitch.
Twitch?
Remember
I don't know. I have to pull it up.
Hang on.
Very neat.
Thank you.
No, you don't.
Doesn't go really
That
well.
says crap.
No, you don't. You don't like that one.
Thank you.
3 plus 0.
3.
A 3 in investigation. Yeah, that's what you find.
Alright.
I mean, maybe you've heard that there are platforms that can rise in the middle of the sand, but you don't know how to get there. You haven't seen any of that, though. Not with
I
a
guess
3.
I'll just go back to bed then.
Okay. So, what do you guys want to do now? Do you guys want to like stay here? Do you guys want to leave the arena?
Probably go back to the tavern. See where they were located
Mhm.
when they.
Back to the yawning portal?
Back to the yawning portal.
Okay. Does everybody want to go? Everybody going back to the yawning portal?
It's probably considerably less crowded now.
I'd like to do one more thing. Can we
Crowd's been thin
while
now.
we're in the arena, can we see where they put the body?
You already left. They pulled him through the
Oh,
doors.
They pulled through the doors.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
So
took him through the doors into the bowels of the underground, and then you're not sure they went after that.
All right, that's fine.
That wizard was the 10 gold for my familiar.
Go back to the floor.
Owes you 10 gold for your familiar. All right, so as you guys make it back to the arena, you guys know how to. Well, other than Damien knows how to get there, but yep. So you guys are marching back, opposite from the dark march that you guys made early in the morning in the pre-dawn, where you guys had all of the other teams. You're able to easily backtrack and find your way back to the yawning portal. However, it is getting darker. The skies are starting to get the dark oranges, the maroons as the sun is setting. As you guys continue your walk and you're getting close to the tavern, you're starting to see the light purples appear in the sky as the sun is setting. And as you open the doors, who's walking in the doors first?
I will.
As Lux steps through the threshold, as you open the door, you hear the normal commotion of a large tavern, because this is not a small hole in the wall. This is the most famous tavern in the realm. And you hear all the commotion and the hustle and the bustle. And as soon as Lux crosses the threshold, are you still wearing your tabard with the A?
Hell yes.
You see the first 3 tables that are closest to the front door turn and look at you, and then you hear, "Hey, it's them!" And then you hear it all get quiet, and then everybody looks at the front door as you're walking in, and you're seeing like smiles and thumbs ups and "Hey, oh, congratulations!" And they're starting to hear applause. They start getting louder as you guys all start to step in, and you guys are greeted at the door as you all make it in. You guys are all about within the first 10 feet of walking in. One of the barmaids walks up to you and she's like, "Do you guys even have a team name? What do we call you?"
That's when you walk in front.
Oh, you push Lux out of the way. Get out of the way, Lux.
They're gonna just say the A team.
The A-team. She goes, "Welcome, A-team."
And I expect the rest of the team to go.
Oh yeah, minor illusion.
And so the barmaid turns to face the openness of the yawning portal, and she goes, "Hear ye all, listen up! The almighty A-team has arrived! Give them the welcome they deserve!" As you hear, "Yeah!"
Autographs are 10 gold per.
Oh, yeah.
If you know how to write.
This isn't Brian, okay?
All right. And so a table is cleared for you guys to sit at. You guys are able to sit, and immediately, without any waiting, that same barmaid, she's "Are you hungry? Are you ready to eat? You want drinks? What can we get for you?" As she's ready to take your orders.
I'm ready for some stew and some ale.
Stew and ale, right? Caught it? Anybody else?
Orc stew. And then I'll just. Too soon.
Orc stew.
I think orc stew would be great for you.
It's not made of orc, but stew that orcs like, but still too soon.
Okay, now the stew for you. And to drink, Sarah?
Of the same.
Ale. Lots of ale.
Stew. We do have wild boar available too if you want something heartier than stew.
Absolutely.
Boar and some good wine.
Wine.
A hearty red.
A hearty red wine, right? Yes?
Not much of a drinker, but I'll take a serving stew.
We've got some fresh bread as well. You want some bread?
Absolutely.
All right. A couple of loaves of bread as well.
And
Oh, there she goes. And she puts.
Can you put the stew in the bread like a bread bowl?
She already left.
We can.
You can invent it.
Look, invent your own bloody trencher.
Not a halfling cook,
All right. So she goes.
Orange
and,
fingers.
and puts the order in, and then she shortly comes back with your drinks. See, that's much healthier.
There.
Look at this guy. We got like Cheetos, and he's pulling in like fruits.
Man,
You got vegetables too. You...
fruit's good.
I'm sitting here eating
We don't judge, okay?
artificial flavored gummy worms. What I'm eating on.
Good.
I know.
Candy.
Oreos and Pringles the last few.
Exactly. I'm not judging.
All right.
You already have a taste for it at the moment.
Yeah, my doctor told me to lower my cholesterol, and I'm like, okay, maybe.
So either exercise or avoid meats and
Yeah.
shellfish.
Well, yeah, I know. So I'm trying. Anyways, we digress. So, you guys are having your hearty meals. It is clear that you guys are like the talk of the town. People are coming by. They're dropping off pictures of ale for you that they bought and brought for you. They're giving you the pats on the backs and congratulations and wow, you guys are awesome, and so you guys are just really taking in this glorious heroism for the night, if you want. So, I guess everybody roll a Constitution saving throw.
No, that's
Even me who's not drinking.
Yep. And it's not about the ale.
Oh dear.
Natural 20.
17.
7.
5.
Oh, that is 13.
19 total or
No, 22 total.
22 total?
It's 15 for me.
15 for you. Okay. So, I was about to say except for Brian. Except for Arcturus, all the rest of you guys are like in awe. You guys are like, your heads are swelling. You're getting the cocky attitude. You're feeling bigger than your britches right now. You can choose to, or you can choose not to.
I think I am on the inside, but outwardly I'm
Looking calm and
staying cool,
composed.
yeah.
Okay. But Wilbin, Locke, Rowena, Lux, you guys feel like fucking rock stars right now, and you're letting it get to your head. You're starting to get arrogant, cocky, and a bit assholey-ish.
Oh wow.
So,
That won't be good.
Proper adjective, by the way.
assholiness, assholey-ish. Mm-hmm. Hey, that's what we do here. We talk good.
But
We talk.
the best words. We got the best words.
We talk good.
Yes, sir.
Just like my kids always say, so and so stuck his tongue out at me. I'm like, he didn't stuck it. But whatever. We talk good.
It stuck his tongue goo.
He stuck. Anyway. So, what would you guys like to do? You guys want to just drink and eat? You guys want to go out in town? You guys want to do anything? You want to go to bed because you're tired because you guys got beat the fuck up? What do you want to do?
Ben, I do want to talk to Damien about what happened. I know.
Wait 2 weeks.
Just like I'm talking to him
Okay.
during this.
So,
So I like.
What would-
Can I talk to the group? So before we go and just goes out of control. I'm not your mom or your dad. So the 18 does what the 18 does, right? But we did wipe out another adventuring party without even thinking about it. And you know what? Maybe we learned something. Maybe we learned about the rules of life. So you know what? Before we kill somebody, we should be able to go and knock them out rather than kill them.
What did you do?
That's what I learned. And you know what? Because this is, remember, the person I just slept with, I killed the next day.
Yeah, that's pretty well.
So I'm like pretty.
No, it's 2 days.
Okay, I'm better. That's better.
It's
So
still
so
too
let's
soon.
just keep that, you guys. I'll have to deal with that on my own, but let's just keep that in mind next time, okay? We're still the A team. We're still awesome.
I understand
Now let's go
that.
get her done.
But doing Damien dirty like that.
that was Johnny.
Yeah.
I tend to
Sure,
agree.
sure. But remember, I'm a peacemaker, so
I tend to
I have everyone's redeemable. We didn't give. They all might have gone along, but they all might have been redeemable. So all I'm saying, I'm not judge.
They didn't
jury,
look too
but it is
sorry
what
when
it
they
is.
faced off against us.
All I'm saying is now we know. Praise
Okay.
Torm. I'm not gonna go out. I'm gonna go reflect and my. I'm not partying. I'm gonna go reflect.
So after dinner and a few drinks, you're just going to go to your room?
I'm gonna go think about it, and then I'm gonna go. Maybe go to the late night shrine. Yeah.
That reminds me. Lux, you had asked a couple sessions ago when you guys arrived at Waterdeep, is there a shrine to the Raven Queen? And I said, yes, there's a shrine to everybody here. Because this is Waterdeep. It's fucking huge.
Yep.
One of the things that you would have noticed when you went to pray at your shrine, and Wilbin, I'll say you noticed it as well,
Yep.
is that there is a shrine to Bahamut, but nobody goes there.
Why is that?
You haven't you see no people praying at the shrine of Bahamut. So anyway, that's something you guys noticed.
That's interesting.
That's something you guys noticed a couple of days ago.
Okay.
So yes, you can go to the shrine of Torm
Yep. I do want to do that.
tonight. That's fine.
That's in character.
You can do that. And Locke, what do you want to do after food and drink?
I think I'd like to follow him. See where
Okay.
he's going.
All right.
Like on purpose or like hidden behind?
You trying to go stealthy or like just casual?
I think I'll try and just casually, not like trying to be hidden, but just
Okay.
to see what's going on. Because I feel the same way about this whole
Okay.
rule number 4, killing.
Okay, so Wilbin, as you're leaving, heading towards the shrines, you notice that this new blue one-horned tiefling is following along.
Okay. So, Locke, do tell. Are you accompanying me to the Shrine of Torm?
I just figured seems like we might be spending a little more time together. Should get to know where everyone's heading off to.
Well met, sir. I'm gonna smack on the arm. Come.
Don't let him
And then-
proselytize you into the dorm.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about Torm.
Have you heard
No, no.
about Torm?
I'm not. Like I said, well, Torm is my god, and I'm a paladin of redemption and with Oath of Redemption, and I'm gonna go check out Torm. I need to go and figure some of this out. You come and join me?
If you'll allow me.
Of course. Everyone's welcome. In
Okay,
the
so,
arms of Torm.
so as they're walking away, the two of these gentlemen have left your table. Rowena, what would you like to do? It's getting later in the evening.
I'm young and excited, and my friend here, first time she can go into a bar, so we're going to have fun.
So why don't you describe what Belladonna actually looks like now, since she is no longer hiding at the stable?
Dark, shiny hair, kind of like with a bluish tint, and oriental features, the pointy chin. Look, yeah,
How old does she look?
Legal?
22.
22-ish?
Yeah.
Human, half elf. What does she look like?
Human.
Human. Okay. About how tall?
5'8".
5'8". What kind of build?
Muscular.
Great.
Jennifer Beal.
Jennifer Beal.
Jennifer Beal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Part of the A team. There you go.
Part of the
I'd say more like D, but
All right. So those of you that maybe are watching and don't understand is that's not what I was talking about. No. Her dragon, Belladonna, she's a dragon rider. Her dragon at level 5 now has the ability to transform from dragon form into a humanoid form. And so now Belladonna looks like a human that Rowena just explained to us.
So I thought when you said you might not understand the people on Twitch not understanding what the A team is.
That's probably true too.
Yeah.
or the other
Or
references.
the other references.
But since
I've always preferred
since Dragon Rider isn't as common, it's not in the standard rule book. I figured I'd explain that out there to them a little bit. Okay,
Perfect.
so the dragon Belladonna now looks like a 22-year-old female human. All right. So what do you want to do again?
Stay up all
So
night.
you're just there at the bar?
Close down the bar. Yeah.
So you're just ordering drinks and getting drunk?
Telling, yeah. I guess not telling stories.
You can.
Encouraging people to tell stories.
So you're asking the other adventurers their stories.
Yeah, everybody else.
All right. Give me a persuasion roll with disadvantage since you've been drinking so much.
Doesn't that give you an advantage?
You think it gives you advantage.
Well,
You think it gives you advantage, but actually it's
You
disadvantage.
think it's advantage, yeah.
So she
So-
rolled.
So roll 2 dice. Tell me the rolls.
So tell
That's
me
all I
about
need to know.
yourself.
A 2?
Knocks over a drink.
Because you're so young and so new to drinking, you don't know how to handle your drink yet. And so you think that you are being super persuasive and nice, but you are a sloppy fucking drunk right now. Everybody is telling stories, but it's at your expense and you don't even know it. They're kind of making fun of you a little bit, but it's not horrible, but they're not being like vicious and mean, but you are kind of the joke of the party right now. because you're just a fun drunk. And Lutz, Arminger, what would you be doing?
I wandered off to the Raven Temple, but after that I went to the Baphomet Temple.
Why?
So did you leave before, with, or after them?
We left right away. Right away.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Locke doesn't drink, so.
Looks like with them.
Really
Alright.
drunk
Right in the
paladin.
middle.
I can.
And the sober rogue, yeah.
So did you? So maybe I'm gonna tell me if I'm wrong, but let's just say Will been announced that he was going to go to pray because he was talking about. He gave you guys the lecture about hey, we just kill people, whatever. Hey, I'm gonna go meditate or pray about it. So then Locke was like, hey, I'll join you, and then Lux is like, yeah, I'm gonna go talk to my god as well. Okay, so you wanted.
I did have a couple drinks.
Okay, that's fine. So you wanted to go to the Bahamut first?
No, I want to go to the Raven Queen.
Raven Queen first. Okay.
Thanks for my spells going off excellently, being able to heal people, damage, protect the party members. Glad I'm holding up my end. Thank you.
Good.
But when I get to the Bahamut Temple, you're saying no one's there?
Correct. The temple is there. And it's dark now because it's already after food. So give me a perception.
Seven.
So as you walk by, you don't notice anything other than it's empty, unless you want to like walk right up to it.
No, I'll walk right up to it because
Alright.
I'm just curious why.
So give me an investigation with advantage.
Nine.
Yeah, it still looks empty.
Okay.
Okay.
Doors open or closed?
It's closed. You want to try to open it?
Yeah.
All right. It's unlocked. Should you open it?
Yeah.
So as you open it, you see, even in the darkness, Cheeto fingers. All I need now is Mountain Dew, right? It'd be perfect D&D original.
Or Jolt.
Jolt. Jolt isn't old enough to be.
Yeah.
Anyway. So as the door opens, you hear like the creaking of the hinges that feel like they haven't been opened in a long time. And you see like dust falling from the top of the doors as it's being scraped off. And as you look inside, there's no lights on. And it just smells of non-use. You want to go inside?
Yeah.
As you walk in, you start to see from the lights on the outside shining on the walls of the building, you're seeing holes in the building.
Like
It's a holy thing.
arrow slits or
Oh no, just
Just
like
windows.
the building has not been maintained. It's
okay.
dilapidating on itself, whereas all the other buildings have constant maintenance going. So this feels like it's been just ignored and neglected, and so now it's starting to rot and fall apart. And you're seeing gaps in boards and things like that
Warpage,
happening.
that sort of thing
Exactly.
from weather.
Yep. And as we're walking, the floor gets creaky. And you're seeing footprints in the dirt behind you.
Just wondering why.
And back at the tavern, Arcturus, Rowena is fucking hilarious. This is young girl, fresh away from the farm, and she's fucking drunk and hammered, and she thinks she's having the best time in the world.
I am having the best time.
She is having the best time in the
Wait
world.
till she wakes up tomorrow.
Alright.
Then your other three friends have left to go pray. What would you like to do, Mr. Calm and Collected on the outside?
I want to see, like, grab a table and grab some paper, that's around, some pens, and write a little sign, autographs. Arcturus, the amazing, from the A-Team. Leader of the A-Team, is what it says. But I also want to keep an eye and make sure she doesn't do anything stupid.
Well, thank you.
Okay. So give me a protection roll. No, just kidding. Yeah, it's fine. So you're absolutely keeping an eye on her, making sure that she's still safe. You're allowing the fun to happen, but within its reasons. So yeah, you're keeping her okay.
Is her girlfriend sloppy drunk yet?
Dragons don't get drunk.
You want to find out?
It takes a lot.
Constitution.
You don't know.
See
You
how
want to
much
find
it
out?
Let's find out.
What's the con roll on that?
So Rowena, there's a point where gentleman comes up to you and he's like trying to talk to Belladonna and she's not answering, and he looks at you and is like, "Why doesn't your friend talk?"
Mute. Silent from birth.
Maybe
She
she just doesn't want to talk.
just to
I
me.
don't wanna start
Oh,
with it.
she one of those girls. She's so pretty for me, huh? Well, pardon me, as he spins around and half of his drink flaps out of his cup, and he walks away. Hoity-toities over there, too good for us regular people, so I wouldn't waste your time talking to them. Arcturus does a little laugh at his table of autographs.
Yeah, he's having a good time here.
All right. So, anything you guys want to accomplish once you get to the Temple of Torm?
Be meditative. See if Torm has any advice for, killing the innocent. Even though I've got an oath of redemption, maybe generally at the end of battle, how do you redeem the bloodshed? Yet I'm here to keep the peace, and I just see if Torm has anything to provide for me.
Because of the late hour, there are no humanoids that are there. However, as you're praying, you're not hearing like a clear answer or anything, but your prayers are sent. Okay.
Yep.
And Locke, did you follow him into the Temple of Torm or stand outside? What are you doing?
I think I'm gonna give him some space, and maybe just do a respectful sign from the door. But I just wanted to.
You give him one of these from the door?
Yeah, I don't know if there's like a holy sign or something. I don't know. Let's see whatever the
Open hand
Torm,
gauntlet.
open hand.
Open hand gauntlet.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll
Something like
I'll
this.
give a live long and prosper.
Okay.
What's it? Let me. I'll roll.
Holy ingredients, the high five.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an 18.
You high five yourself.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the sign of Torm.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do just something respectful.
Does that? So Wilbin, is that now canon? Is that how?
This is the sign of Torm. Praise be Torm.
Praise be Torm.
And if you're with somebody else,
It's a little high, double high five. It's
What
slide.
are you, a tween?
I know. We're doing slide, right?
is this canon or is this homebrew? we can.
Yeah, I'll do
He says it's
whatever.
canon now.
I'll make some kind of respectful religious gesture, but I really just want to. I was gonna just wait for him to come out, and then I just wanted to have a conversation. So.
I'm too new to this to know if he's insulting or not. So it's okay.
A lot. You're not trying to insult him, right?
No, of course
No,
not.
he's trying to be respectful, but he just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I was take my hat off.
Yeah.
I'm not taking offense. I'm seeing that he is showing respect. So.
Yeah. So you see that he's waiting outside. I'm assuming you just left the door open. So you see him just kind of like just outside, just waiting for you to come back out.
Do I feel refreshed or sort of?
Not yet.
Okay.
All right. So then, after a little while, you want to go back outside, and Locke is there. Anything you want to Locke? Do you want to say to him, or will you say to Locke?
I just appreciate what you said back there. I think was on death's door on this kind of path that them people were on. I could have seen myself as one of them scoundrels. But
How old are you, Locke?
I am 26, I believe.
So I'm 45, I think. I'm a young elf. And I'm definitely a young acolyte to Torm here, but I will put my hand on your shoulder and say, Torm works in mysterious ways. We just have to follow the path, and we will find the light. Whatever Torm is to you, he is to you, and that's all you need to know. Let's take what we've learned and continue the journey. That's it.
As long as you didn't have both hands on your shoulders.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
Everyone deserves a chance for redemption.
Locke, do you actually have a deity that Locke worships?
No.
Okay.
He just believed. I mean, he was an ex-con.
Excellent.
his
I'll have him
take is-
believing in the Raven Queen soon
Yeah.
enough.
Deities never helped him when he was a kid, so he's not willing to give back to him right now.
Okay.
Maybe in the future.
All right, very well. Okay, so eventually becomes a time to where Rowena has had so much fun, she can't have any more fun, that she actually falls asleep. No, passes out on the table. So Arcturus, I'm assuming is what you said, you would like take her up to her room, and so she
And
would be
molest her.
left.
Whoa! That took a turn.
That's not what I was.
Demonetized.
I mean,
No, just making sure she's
Never
okay.
really were
That's all.
motivated.
so you put her in her room, make sure she's safe.
Wanna make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
the
make sure
options are out
Belladonna's
there.
there too.
Yeah, also the dragon's there. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Belladonna.
All right. So Arcturus makes sure that the ladies make it to their room safely and alone. Take the key from her, lock it, and you slide it back underneath the door into the room for them. All right. And then you want to go to bed? It's pretty late, or you want to go back down to your autograph table?
I just want to walk outside and look at the stars for a little bit.
Okay.
Half hour.
And then after the Bahamut Temple, do you want to stay in there, or what you want to do?
It's decrepit. Nobody's taking care of it. I wonder what that says. I'm gonna wander back.
Back to the tavern, and
Would
then
would he have said that he worshipped the Raven Queen
Oh yeah.
at some earlier point? I probably would have at some point snuck away and tried to find him as well. Maybe would I know where that temple is? I believe
they're all semi close to each
Probably
other.
down Temple Row.
Yeah.
You know,
But,
like the Greek Row in college.
You call it redemption, bro.
There's a lazy boy.
No, not
No,
quite.
No, they got
But if you're going, you're
Only
following.
your area.
Yeah, I probably
You're
would have
following him
broken-
first, and
broken
then
off at some
and then
point.
he went straight to the Raven Queen first. Tell you what, we got a 50-50 chance if he already left to go to Muhammad or not. So give me a D100. 50 or higher, he's still there.
Ooh, Call of Cthulhu. Where is my other? I have the.
I should make you roll a D12 when 6 or higher, and he's still there.
Yeah.
We don't roll D12s enough, huh?
You got some gummies to go along with
I'll
the
roll
delicious
the
grapes.
D12.
That's what grapes?
That is
I
a
will
7.
I will have some later.
On the D12, yeah.
Okay, so Lux, we're gonna backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
As you are stepping out of the Raven Queen Temple, as you're about to head towards the Bahamut Temple, you notice Locke at the bottom of the stairs waiting for you.
Hey, what's up?
Just trying to get a little more knowledge about. It seems like we might be spending some time together. Just trying to figure out where everyone's at on the issues, as it were.
I'm gonna go see the Bahamut Temple. I have some questions about it.
Well, mind if I join you?
Let's go.
No, we're gonna make the whole thing different. All right. So he makes it to the Bahamut Temple. Are you gonna go in with him as he?
Yeah, sure. I'll go in.
So-
Since it's like empty and the lights are off, right?
Yeah, it's empty. The lights are on.
So there's 2 sets of footprints on the dirt floor behind you as you're walking in.
Can I make a investigation or something to look around?
What are you trying to find out?
I'm looking for signs of there being anything probably something that would be keeping people away from the temple.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know some. I'm looking under places. I'm looking for just if there's anything on the shrine. I probably would have suggested. You're a cleric, right?
Yes.
Is there anything you can do to tell if there's evil spirits or something around here? Or-
If it was earlier in the day, yes. Yeah.
A little bit wore out tonight.
All right, maybe we'll come back.
Okay, at the bottom of the well.
All right, so give me an investigation roll.
Sure. And that is a 10 plus 6, 16.
You're not a religious person. You're not too familiar with this stuff. This is probably one of the only times, or very few times, you've actually been inside of any of these temples. And you're looking around, looking underneath the pews, the seats and whatnot. You're looking up at the altar. You're finding a whole lot of dirt and grime and debris underneath some of like the chairs. You're seeing some like rat nests and things like that, but you're not finding any kind of clues with that roll to figure out any like specific reason why people are staying away from it.
Okay. Sure.
No physical evidence like that would be available for you right now.
With that roll, would I be able to tell about how long it's been since people have been in this temple?
What was the roll again?
16?
The question is, would you know how long the
Like approximately how long? Like, is it like weeks or like months or longer?
It looks longer.
Longer. Okay, so like a very long time.
Very long
The
time.
footprints here,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
maybe a year. Who knows? I mean,
it's
Been a very long time.
it's almost as if you guys were stepping in snow,
Oh wow.
the dirt.
Okay. Yeah. So it's been quite a while since people have been in this temple. What do you know about this Bahamut?
Well, Bahamut is the brother of Tiamat.
Who's Tiamat?
Yeah, I was gonna say that was my next question.
Tiamat is one of the leaders of hell. She's a 5-headed dragon, I think. You know, all the different colors, the main ones. And she was evil. She tried to come over and take over the material plane. A couple, what was it, 150 plus years ago. They were beaten. She was beaten back with her minions
By
by
the Asher Satyrs.
Asher Satyrs and a coalition of dragons, humanoids, elves, dwarves, a bunch of different peoples. They all got together
Mm-hmm.
and fought a big fight.
Mm-hmm.
After that, the dragons seemed to take over, and we're living in that world now. But
Once upon a time, there was a life before alpha dragons ruled the world.
yeah, and I'm wondering, yeah, they've taken over, but where's the worship and stuff? I mean, I see those cards for the contributions, but you'd think there'd be some sort of
So, Lox,
worshipping.
to continue on his answer, it's like the yin and the yang.
Mm-hmm.
Tiamat is the evil sister dragon,
He's
and
the
then
good
her
one.
brother Bahamut was the dragon god of goodness and justice.
And has he been? Where was he when Tiamat was taking over the world?
He had sent representatives from each of the good dragon groups.
So, Lux, as you say that right now, you're regurgitating some history because currently there are no good and evil dragons. Right now,
Right.
there are just dragons.
Correct.
Some, so colors don't make any kind of difference at this point in time. Your entire lives, both of you, but history that you guys have been told, or that you, since you're teaching him,
Yes.
history that you've heard, history that you've read, that you've learned, is that there was a time where some dragon colors were evil, some dragon colors were good.
Now
Metals were good, the colors were bad. If you understand me, like brass, silver, copper, gold.
Not much of an expert on dragons. I just know they fly in the sky.
Yeah, back then there was good and evil ones. Now it's all over the place.
They just are overlords.
This is history. What?
This is
You're looking at, oh, I thought you were looking at me like you were upset.
Yeah, because
You're
once
passed out.
because once upon a time, black dragons like Belladonna would be evil,
Yeah.
but right now she don't see any
Acid
evil.
spitting,
Gypsy.
Well, that's
and so history. You know, they changed. They took over, and we live in this world now. But I was just wondering why there's no worship going on.
well. I mean, I don't know if I'd worship someone who allowed their evil sister to try and take over the world. That's just me, though.
I don't know if there's a temple to Tiamat, but that might be next on my list.
I
Check that out tomorrow morning.
I know if my sister tried to take over the world, I'd help take her down. Well,
I don't know. Maybe it'd be more
Maybe-
jointly.
Maybe.
Locke, would you?
I'd have to think about it.
Blood is strong.
She would want. I think she might want me to.
But would you?
It's a hard one.
So don't make judgments if you are living in a glass house. Right?
It's a good point. I realize. Hex would never do something like that.
So Lux, did you just hear his sister's name for the first time?
Yes.
If he told you the right name.
It's true.
He is a rogue, of course.
I'm a mysterious stranger. Why would I lie about my sister's name? That would be a weird lie to tell. Well, I guess if I didn't want to be tracked down.
Shame.
Hey, that's
Pride.
fair.
Let me list the ways.
Secrecy.
You can't pronounce it properly.
I am 100% sober. I do not drink.
I mean,
It's in the rules.
There you go.
there are plenty of reasons to lie.
Fair enough.
And you may not know me well enough to trust me with the truth.
I've heard you laugh. Trust any man who heard that. Never trust a man before you've heard him laugh.
Never trust a man until you've heard him laugh, like you said?
It's in the rules.
What are these rules you speak of?
They're Hex's rules. They're in my. I have a little notebook that I.
Do you pull it out and show Lux?
Yeah, I'll pull it out.
How to be a good rogue.
So, why did she write all these rules for you?
Well, it's a long story.
It could be a long walk back.
Fair enough. And throughout the walk, I'm gonna kind of explain how I was on the wrong side of the law for most of my life. I spent a lot of time in jail, and then my sister bailed me out.
Less than pleasant.
Yeah, I was stealing not just to survive, but also to put my sister through wizard school.
Oh, wizard.
Yeah, she's a wizard. And then when I finally went away for a period of time, she's the one that convinced him to let me out. And
Sort of like supervised or cognizant.
fair enough. I'd hope she wouldn't be taken up. She's the one that taught me to be. She's the one that set my morals straight. It was her. And so I pull out the rules and I kind of flip through to a random
Now,
one.
there's more than 12 here.
There's a
See if anybody picks up that reference.
Yeah, 12 rules.
Okay.
I own the book.
Okay.
Some of the rules are actually in the.
Okay,
Some
good.
of those rules are in the book. Pet a cat when you see one on the street.
Get your goddamn bed in the morning.
Yeah.
Which rules are you referring to?
Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life.
Oh.
The one I'll flip open to a random one. Let's just roll D66. Sure.
Jordan
65.
Peterson says that you have to pet a cat, but
It's about enjoying simple pleasures in life.
Off the road.
65.
Some of the pleasures are more than simple.
He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight.
Sounds like Sun Tzu.
I believe it is. But it's her rules. Can you?
Well, she must be an educated woman because she's a wizard.
Well, I
Has she
hope.
written a book?
I hope so. She should.
After down again.
She literally just did.
She did. I mean, she wrote this book. I mean, it's not. But yeah, that's
Sounds like she spent a little time contemplating life. That seems more like more bard-like than wizard-like in some ways.
Well, she's had time. She's younger than me, but she's a wise woman. Studied with another wise woman. And then we went out and we were catching bad guys before you got thrown into this whole mess.
Dun, dun, dun. So
Yeah.
it's 18.
The 18
What was,
team.
what was the motivation for catching bad guys versus pure mercenary work? Mercenary work might pay better.
Yeah, well,
Then again, you have the personal satisfaction of doing something that.
I mean, it was bounty hunting, so it was mercenary work for a profit. But
People who'd done something that pissed off enough people that
Yeah.
generated some negative interest, so to speak.
plus, I was still on parole, as it were. So
That's probably time served for good behavior, you know?
maybe
Proving your intentions.
that was the goal, at least.
Yeah, pretty much, the balance and everything.
Take my skills as a second story man and turn to hunt down people who were like me in the past. So that's the idea, at least.
So eventually, you guys make your way back to the Yawning Portal, as does Wilbin. And Arcturus, you said you did come back down from dropping off the girls? And you guys walk in and you see Arcturus sitting at a table with a sign that says...
Autographs, 10 gold. 18 autographs by Arcturus, 18 liter.
and you see a stack of 0 gold on his table.
I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna walk over and say,
That's funny.
Give him a
"That's
bowl.
great." We'll walk over. Look.
Do I see him coming over?
Oh, yeah. How can you miss that tab?
Did I see that it said Arcturus?
Did you pull a sign down?
Yeah.
Did I see?
Give me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
What's your
Okay.
passive perception?
Passive is
Sleight of hand.
13.
19.
Sorry, 10. Only 10.
10, so 19? Yeah, he's able to pull it down before you see it.
My perception rolls a 21. I definitely.
No, what's your passive perception?
Oh, 13. So.
And what's your passive perception?
It's 10, yeah.
A 10, yeah. So Arcturus gets the sign down before you even see it.
So what you doing?
So I'll
I'm
walk
trying
in.
to sell autographs, but nobody seems to want just mine. They want the group.
Where's Rowena?
Winter room with Beldon.
Well met, Arcturus. Well met. Oh, well met. Well met.
She was
May
pretty
Torm be...
thankful.
No. May Torm be with you.
With Tom, be with you.
I'm not doing that.
Walk up.
I'm not doing that. The
Well,
Raven
well met,
Queen's
Arcturus.
devotee.
Only if
I'm
I have to
not
go into a
doing that.
temple.
I need your
Well, I'll help you out. And then I'll just as kind of the leader of the A team, maybe I could help. So I'll let me help you.
Yeah,
did we vote for
As the leader.
I'm just curious. Did we vote for you?
Nope.
So at this point, I need the 4 gentlemen at the table to all roll Constitution saving throws with disadvantage at this point.
Oh dear.
14.
Ooh, disadvantage. That is pretty good. That's like a 3.
8.
3, 8,
Oh, a
14.
17 and a
14.
17 and a 19. Con is +2, so that's a 19 with disadvantage.
Will
No.
and Arcturus, you guys are like falling asleep. It's trying to walk, and you guys are like so exhausted.
So sit
bird
Lux-
down. I'll help you out. You know what?
Lux,
You know what?
you are feeling super tired.
Yeah. Let's hold
And,
these 2 up.
and Locke, you are still new to these people, and so your alertness is still high. You're definitely tired, but you are not falling asleep because you are still, your mind is still focused on being a rogue, everything that's happening around you.
So I'm gonna sit down. Oh, Arcturus, yeah, that was maybe tomorrow. And then he's like, it's time to call it.
I understand. Let the word go
Yeah.
out through
Yeah.
the word to the town.
Night.
Yeah.
Night.
Seriously, that's gonna be a thing now.
Why not?
Let's go pack these 2 in the room before I get in trouble.
Yep, I'm just scan the bar one more time, see if there's anyone looking shady, and then we'll go upstairs.
It's a bar full of
That's fair
adventurers.
enough.
Half of,
Everyone
at least
looks
half of them
fair
look
enough.
shady.
Fair enough. I'll mark any. I'll just mentally make a note of anyone that seems particularly.
Anyone that follows us up the
Anyone,
stairs.
yeah, I'll keep an eye and see if anyone's I mean, I guess we're famous, but if anyone's looking at us with in the wrong way, I guess. But
Okay. So Damien has gone to bed as well. Where was Damien's talberd? Was it here?
It was here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys give Damien his talberd and he goes to bed. He's like, fuck this, because he was already drugged for half a day. He's like, after dinner and a few drinks, Damien fucking went and crashed out. Okay, so everybody's going to bed, or are you staying up?
I will. Yeah, I'll
I
stay
don't
up.
want a level of exhaustion. I'm crashing.
Yeah, I'll stay up I'll stay up until everyone else
Gotta
is
be careful
asleep,
with him.
and then I'm gonna send a message to my sister.
Okay, hold on 1 second. And then you put these two guys go to bed? Yes.
Yeah, yes, and I just want to say goodnight to who are you again? Lux.
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 And I want to see if he tells me that he just went to see the Bloodlines temple. So,
Okay.
hey, do you have a good night?
Yeah. Went to the Raven Temple, and then we stopped by the Bahamut Temple and learned some interesting things, I think. So I'll tell you about it in the morning.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
So I was just gonna click something for me.
So you go to bed, and then the two of you guys are staying downstairs? Or you're going to bed too?
I'm gonna crash.
So you're going to bed, so you're downstairs by yourself now, what?
I'm just gonna. I want to send a message to my sister.
Okay.
The sending stones that I had.
Okay.
And I'll just send you. I'll just DM it to you at some point.
Okay. So you're doing it there at the bar, or you're going to go outside?
Yeah, I was gonna.
In your
I'll find
room?
like a.
You have a room.
Yeah, I do have a room. I'll probably go up to. Once everyone else, I've made sure everyone else has gone to bed. I'll go up into my own room and send that.
Okay. All right. And then, so everybody's finally gone to bed. You guys all get a long rest. And when you wake up,
We're all fifth level.
will you feel like you've gotten an answer to your prayers by leveling to like the 5th level, right? You've gotten more abilities. The same thing with you, Lux. And then Locke, you're not sure if it's because you just went and visited the religious temples or what, but you feel, when you wake up, you also feel like you have more capabilities than you did the day before. You're not sure if it was something that happened.
Group experience.
You're not sure if that was something that happened prior to you meeting this team,
Mm-hmm.
or if it was something from going out to those temples that night, if you know what I mean. And Rowena, you think that alcohol is fucking magical, and that when you get so drunk that you pass out, that it enhances you somehow because you wake up better
That's awesome.
than you went to bed.
We were kind of playing like a level before now.
I know, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
And
You don't have a headache?
No, you're still drunk.
give me a con save. Let's find out.
I've woke up drunk before.
Beat
It's
up.
awful.
Oh no, you're still you hurt. You hurt real bad today. You hurt real bad today.
Who here has woke up still drunk?
This is like with a
When you
5.
haven't partied sufficiently.
With a 5, Rowena, it's like everybody stop spinning the room, you motherfuckers. Hold the room still. Oh.
Can't y'all do something?
Have a drink.
I know. Don't we
It'll-
have clerics?
Have a drink. It'll help.
He tells you to have another drink.
Seriously, have a drink. It'll help.
Awesome.
So the bartender downstairs, I heard the dog.
No, seriously.
That's a whole-
This is my medical opinion.
This is your cleric. This is your cleric
Clerical
speaking here with his professional
Who's got a
opinion.
medical
This is your
fee?
clerk.
Yeah, have a drink, and it will help with the headache. One ale.
But it'll keep you drunk though.
Yes.
I'll just drink water. I don't
Alright.
think I can face any more alcohol.
So as an ex-member of the City Watch, who's been in many drinking contests, I'm gonna walk over and Lux is right. Actually, you know what? Bartender, like I'll say, okay, give me tomato juice, and, like all this
Okay.
stuff, put it all together, like, and then the beer, drink this. Trust us. Trust me.
It's up to you. You got free choice. You're not super drunk. Right?
You got your companions.
I know he's a
Do you like tomato juice?
Oh, and I'm not.
I don't know.
Hold on. But Rowena, do you like the taste of tomato juice?
Yes.
Then this drink that he gave you is pretty gross. As you try it.
Would you have told us who your new friend is, by the way? Would we know? Would we know?
Yeah.
Okay, we know that.
Do
you're
you try to stomach down the whole thing, or you just give it back to him after you
I
taste
take
it?
a sip and I'm like, that's all I can handle. Thanks.
Okay.
If she tries to drink something that she doesn't like, she probably would just
Straight
puke.
ale.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast prestidigitation to make it taste different. from
Nice.
tomato.
Like busy drinks.
What taste would you
Sprites.
prefer?
It tastes like apple. It tastes like pineapple juice.
Right.
Yeah, pineapple
I'll make it lemon lime.
Lemon lime-ish. And you taste? Do you taste it
Oh,
again?
that's not so bad.
Yeah, it tastes better.
You chug it.
And it has a secret ingredient of Alka-Seltzer in it.
But that just changes the taste. It's still got the same ingredients, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so you drink that. It's still you probably don't really want to eat bacon and eggs
Greasy
and
bacon
sausage.
and eggs. good.
Here's some coffee.
They can give you some coffee. They've got pancakes if you want some pancakes and like bread, and some
Pancakes would be good.
They
Coat
got
the stomach.
pastries and things. So you guys all wake up feeling actually a level better than you went to bed because we can. So anything specific you guys want to do at breakfast? I'm assuming you guys slept in, so it's like probably closer to lunch, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't sleep then.
okay, so you wake up early then.
So. Yeah, I always wake
So
up.
then what do you want to do? So now you're going to be tired because you didn't get a full 8 hours of sleep because you went to bed
How late
really
were
late.
we out?
It was late.
Okay.
It was you guys hung out, you guys showed up at after dusk, and then you guys ate and drank for a while. So let's say you guys got there at 7:30, 8:30. So it was probably 9 before you even left. 10. It's probably close to 11 or 11:30 when you guys got back, and then however long you guys hung out after that.
All right. So I guess I'll get the full amount of rest, but I'm not gonna sleep a minute more, I guess. Because I'm gonna.
Okay, so just your full 8 hours.
Yep.
Okay. So you wake up probably before everybody else. Then everybody else probably wants to sleep in a little bit,
Yeah.
recuperate. So you can come down, get breakfast. Or you want to hang out in your room and do anything? Do you want to leave?
I think I'm just gonna. What rule is it? I need to learn the numbers of my rules. But I'm probably just gonna go for like a jog, do some like road parkour.
Okay.
Cardio.
Yeah,
It's
road
Rogue
cardio.
And it's actually pretty fitting because you do feel better than a level up. You just leveled to 5, so you're feeling different, and you want to go out and try and practice some of these things that you just feel like you can do now. So that makes sense. So as you go out and you're doing that, your morning workout actually helps you to get your appetite for breakfast. It helps you feel good. It gets your blood flowing. You feel nice. Probably when you come back, they're still asleep though.
Yeah.
So you come back. Do you want to go ahead and eat? What do you want to do now?
Yeah, I'll probably grab a coffee. And then I just want to know where I could purchase my spell components because I need to read some of my familiar.
You can go into the shop areas, or you can wait for them to get up.
Yeah, I'll probably wait for them. I'll just ask around just so I know where we're going.
Yep.
And then.
So yeah, you'll get directions to like the market ward and like the magic shops and stuff. So yeah, you'll get directions for that. No problem.
All right.
Eventually, everybody else wakes up and they come downstairs, and Locke is probably sitting there twiddling his thumbs, like, "What the fuck, people? I've been up since 8, and it's like 11:30. What the fuck?"
Yeah.
It was a late night.
Just be throwing knives at. I feel like there's probably a target somewhere. I'm just practicing my.
No, instead of like a instead of a dartboard,
Yeah,
it's a knife throwing board.
yeah. I'm just throwing my dagger.
It's a knife
Are you
wall.
splitting your
That- that's wall.
I hope not.
Some lady like.
Just get them right next to each other.
Some lovely
How many daggers do
assistant.
you have?
I have 4 stabby daggers and 2 slashy daggers. So probably
Okay.
just make a little.
All right, so everybody comes down. Rowena gets a crappy drink, and then she gets the crappy drink to where it tastes different, and then everybody else is awake and eating. Belladonna's having a coffee breakfast. All right, so after breakfast, what are we going shopping?
I'd like to go.
Locke says he wants to go shopping.
I'm missing my buddy Remy, so.
We spent most of our supply until we get a new job.
I'm just in need of 10 gold worth of passes.
Oh, Locke, as you were talking to the help there, asking them for directions, they tell you, "Oh, you're going shopping. Well, you probably need some money, so this was left for your team as well." And he hands you a bag. It goes ka-chink.
Clunk.
And then I'll open it and I'll just check how much is in it.
It's a big bag.
All right.
It's
I guess.
it's a big big bag.
All right.
Full bag
You want to count it?
of copper.
You got plenty of time before they wake
Yeah,
up.
got time.
I'll count it out. I'll.
On a table there in the tavern, full of adventurers.
You're a rogue.
I think I would know. I would
You're
know
a rogue.
better.
You got better
Locke-
common sense than
Locke
me.
would know better.
So you can take it back to your room and count it.
Yeah, I'll take it
Okay.
upstairs.
You count. There's 1,000 gold pieces in it.
Ooh, all right. And so
No,
yeah,
let's call it. What's it divided by 10? 100 platinums. Is it what is it? Is that what it is?
10 to 1, I think.
Yeah.
So it's 100 platinums.
100
So can I put that in the loot yet?
No,
or not
because
yet?
Locke
Because
has
you
it.
got it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got it. Yeah.
I-
Locke,
Well,
you
we
have
don't
a
know how much Locke's going to give
Locke.
us.
Yeah.
Locke, there is 100 platinum pieces in this bag.
Yeah, I'm lawful good. I'm divided evenly. Or I'll divide it evenly and then like set out. I don't know. I assume I have some kind of method to put each of the pouches. How much? There's 6 of us though.
Yes.
166.
Well, you don't know if the audience member is part of the team. You know, I don't know.
I
Maybe.
thought we established. Did we not establish that last session or?
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
we did.
I think we did. So yeah.
they did.
I'll probably just divide it into,
6
and I'll
five.
divide it into. I guess I divide it into like 7, because I don't know if our new girl is a team member that has a gold share or not, and I'll just take I'll hang on to my 7th.
So if you divide it by 7, that would be 14 platinums, and then you'd have change left over. So 14
Just throw that
times
in party,
7.
party loot. That's
Yeah.
party
So
loot.
you would have 14 sets of 7. 7 sets of 14
Mhm.
with 2 extras.
Yeah, I'll leave the 2 extras. I'll just put it in. I'll just like leave it in the bag, and I'll hang on to my 14 platinum
For the team leader.
for the team later. Sure.
So there's
Okay.
7 platinums,
Well, I was just gonna put it in the
I'll
bag.
get the
Yeah.
extra too then.
or 7 sets of 14 platinum.
7
So when they come down, you realize that the girl with Rowena is actually her dragon Belladonna. So I don't know if you guys want to break that back out or not.
Yeah, I'll ask the group if is the dragon considered
No. We're
you're considered a package deal. All right. Well,
Okay, so then if we go 100 by 6, that would be
160.
16 apiece.
all right. I'll take the.
And then 16
Extra
times 6, and then you would have 4 extra platinums.
Okay.
So-
That'll go into party.
So 16
Okay, we got
apiece.
4 platinum and
16 apiece.
party
Alright.
loot and then 16.
One extra of the 4 that were there for the entire arena.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm just doing the
thinking
math
out
for you real quick. Is all I was doing.
Yeah.
So 16 for 6 people with 4 extras.
So what's the exchange rate for platinum?
It's
10.
100.
10 gold.
10 gold for 1 platinum.
And I would like to probably go to the bartender and try and get it exchanged at least partially into like silver and gold.
Bartenders tells you I'm not a fucking bank, but you go to the merchant ward, they can do it for you.
All right. I just don't want to be Karen. I just feel like someone flashing platinum in a place like this wouldn't be.
Well, you
Why?
realize that you just got paid from the Open Lord of Waterdeep, and she doesn't want to throw out 1,000,000 coppers. So
Yeah. Well, of course. I understand. I understand.
There's
but
your wheelbarrow full of copper.
I didn't want. I don't feel like flashing platinum in a.
Here's all our change.
Yeah. They paid
So yeah, you have your 16 if you guys are breaking it up that way, and then not at the bar, but yes, in the merchant ward you could probably find
Sure.
people that would start to try to exchange it out for you. You're not gonna go to like one fucking watermelon seller and they're gonna like do all 16
Yeah,
of them.
no,
but
of course. I didn't want to exchange it all anyways. Just
Yeah.
Probably the gym.
They say you
dealers
buy
are the
something, we
best place
change
to
it.
go.
Yeah, that's
Usually.
probably an idea. I need to go get some. Go air a bit.
So
we should make a shop.
grab some brunch or some lunch or some
Yep.
late breakfast.
early lunch.
And then decide what we're going to do.
You got some shopping for components to do. I don't need very many components for the spells I'm looking for yet. But there is a requirement for one of my spells. Revivify. Within a minute of dying, I can bring somebody back.
Diamond.
But I need a 300 gold piece diamond or the equivalent of 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
300
5
gold.
our new platinums.
So I was going to
Sure.
say, if we
use some
want
of
to
the
have that,
party loot as
if we
well.
want to have that in reserve, we can have one person saved.
We got 40 gold piece. We got it.
Everybody's got. If you want to be saved, you got to give him 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds, and he'll mark off who's giving him 300 gold pieces or not.
That's 30 platinum. Well, we don't each have that much.
Yeah,
Not
party,
each, but-
party gold. We only have 238 gold pieces.
Alright.
Yeah.
And 4 platinum.
I'm just saying,
Well,
if we want to have that
equivalent.
as a backup, we need to invest it before we leave.
Everyone
Yeah.
pitch in 5 of their new platinum for this?
5.
Sure. That'll do it.
right?
Yeah, that's it. That'll do it. That's
I got
300
my
gold.
math
We can get it.
Yep.
I'll throw
So
it.
then make sure somebody write a note down to tell Damien that he gets 11 platinum. Is that what it is?
Yep.
If you guys got 16 minus 5.
Already done. 11.
Is that right? You guys all got
That's right.
16 if you're
Yeah.
taking 5 away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yes. And that way we can buy one 300 gold piece gem.
Mhm.
Isn't it ground up into diamond powder?
I think it's just a diamond.
It just
Well,
says
the diamond
300, the equivalent to 300 gold pieces of gems.
Mhm.
gems or diamonds.
I think it's diamonds
I'll check
specifically.
the-
Excuse me, diamonds.
But it's not diamond
Yeah,
powder,
well,
it's just diamonds.
yeah, it could be
And is it a
100.
diamond or diamonds worth?
diamonds worth is what they're saying.
Okay.
So it could be diamond powder,
One
one gem,
diamond.
one
Yeah.
gem of
Like
300.
300
Plus
gold piece diamonds.
Three 100 gold pieces. Yeah, I got you.
Diamonds worth it.
Yeah.
Waterdeep, you definitely be able to find it for sure.
Just in a diamond mine.
However, is that what you're getting? You're gonna try to negotiate and get $300 gold worth of diamonds.
We're gonna go to a
You're
gym.
gonna have to do that. Yes.
So they're gonna make a profit. So they're not just gonna give you 300 for 300.
right, because there's a usury charge.
Yeah. So they tell you it would be 325 gold for the 300 diamonds.
Take that extra out of the
Out
price
of
gold.
gold?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If that's possible.
Is that okay?
Yep. Does anybody have any ability to go negotiate here?
Well, I mean, I
You're a
could.
rogue.
I suppose I could. My persuasion is only a plus
25
3.
doesn't seem that bad for 300.
25? Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad
It's
of a.
not that bad, but it's not that good either.
Now this is the A team we're talking about here.
This is the 18.
Okay, the Yawning Portal might have heard of you, but
Well,
have the merchants at noon the next day?
They might have, because what do they do for entertainment?
They go watch us beat the crap out of you.
So are you guys trying to haggle for
Listen.
diamonds?
yeah, I guess I'll take it.
All right, what are you saying? What are you doing?
Well,
They tell you 325 gold for these 300 gold worth of diamonds.
Wait, do we all reconvene and kind of be like,
Shopping party.
Yeah, I'll say.
I want to cast guidance on you.
Cast guidance, alright?
Cheating sons of
I will
bitches.
take that D4.
We're just looking to perform as well as we can.
I know you
Best
cheating
of our
sons of bitches.
And
Give me some Cheetos then. Let me get
Certainly.
Let me get some Cheeto fingers while you
Why
guys
do you
try to
think I
haggle
can-
with me.
Why do I
Yeah,
think?
get an
Why do you
extra
think I
+5
bring
to
this shit?
charisma.
plus 5. Oh, if that works better for you, I don't
You know what?
I've got my
I'll
plus
pass
3,
it
but.
around.
Well, because they got, I already got plus
That's
3 for
around, dude.
charisma, so add an extra +5 for divinity.
I'll say a D4. I'm
Sorry?
gonna.
And a D4 for guidance.
Does
You
that
guys are
increase
spending
your
all your
life, or-
abilities on haggling
or
for
just yours?
fucking
Okay.
Well, because I
I
was
would
getting
say,
late
so,
before.
If you're gonna do it, then I don't have. I'm not proficient.
So I'm going to go and say, well, everyone must earn a good profit, but let's see if we can get it down a little bit more. So it never hurts to ask. So I'm going to cast Channel Divinity, +5 charisma check,
I'll cast guidance on him then.
+4 or +1.
No. No guidance on you. On you.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if
so
we just
plus
have-
a plus
we'll erase
1d4. So now I got okay. Yeah. So I've got some extra charisma ability. I'm gonna try to negotiate a little bit farther down from.
So did you
25.
offer a new number then?
315. Yeah.
315?
Just 315. Yeah. Take
Okay.
it off.
Roll of persuasion.
Thank you. That would be an 8, but I add
Natural 8. Ooh,
add
that's a
4, so 12 plus 5, 17 plus 3, so 20.
8 turned into a 20?
Natural 8
So
turned
I
into
got
a
Channel
20.
Divinity
God
plus
bless.
5. Yeah.
8 plus 5
So I
is
should
20.
roll it.
Wait, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's 13.
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
For the
14, 15, 16, 17.
Plus
Yeah.
3.
Plus 3 for my charisma.
Wow.
Not bad.
With the
However,
Hey, you could be Hannibal, I'll be face.
however, 20.
That was only, it wasn't being greedy, it was just 10.
This is a savvy merchant. Let's see here. Where's my...
Who is the pirate?
Murdoch.
I want to be Murdoch.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
The merchant's
Murdoch, you're crazy.
The merchant tries to counter with 20. 320.
I'm gonna investigate them. I'm gonna see how
You know what? You're meeting in the
how
middle.
honest
that's
how
fine.
honest the merchant is. Is he a good guy?
It's not the middle. It's at 325.
Right.
You want to do an insight?
I want to do an insight check.
Middle, 320.
If you let me.
Nobody's happy. He wanted 325.
That's
I wanted
better.
315.
That's good.
That's a good deal if nobody's
22.
happy.
Yeah.
Just
Seems like a
trying to
merchant.
check.
He's trying to make some money to pay for his family and his bills.
Yeah. Well met, good sir. 320 it is.
Okay, mark off 320 gold, and you guys have 300 gold worth of diamonds now.
So I'm gonna take off 20 from the party loot, you guys. Sure. Yep.
And everybody took off 5 platinum.
Do we get the name of the merchant?
You did not.
Alright. Can I ask the merchant's name?
Yes, you can.
You can pull out the name generator. I know that's the bane. That's the DM existence bane, right? Is
What are you
the
talking about?
asking-
I know everybody's name here. What are you talking
The
about?
whole world. You don't have.
Yeah,
I know
every single name of
everybody.
everyone in the whole world. Of course.
Just walk up to random strangers. Hi, what's your name?
Bill. What's your name? Bill too.
Grandus Sphincterus.
Bill with a second L.
Yeah.
Bill with 3 L's.
Bill
yeah.
did.
This is Tegan.
Tegan, the merchant. All right.
Did you say Tedium or Tegan?
Tegan.
Okay.
And I am going to.
Tegan.
I'm gonna go after as we're gonna leave. Like,
Does he have a bat with barbed wire?
I'll owe you a favor as well, Mr. Tegan. Thank you
Walking
kindly.
Dead Negan.
And he looks at your little puzzle like,
There you go.
It took me a little
Tegan's gonna do an insight check to see if you're like gonna like fucking rob him or something. He doesn't know what that means.
Not used to people
What
being
is
nice.
Says with a 10, an insight.
Oh, sure.
Does he get anything from you?
I mean, I'll say. I mean, I was being pretty forward with my intentions.
Okay.
I operate by favors. So if I owe someone a favor, then if he needs a favor, he can come over to us.
He kind of looks at your little puzzle, kind of like, and then he's like, all right. Well, who are you, and how do I find you if I need this favor?
Well,
We're the A team.
The A team. Isn't that what they were chanting in the arena
You
yesterday?
guys heard of us.
That is
but
correct.
you have heard of us.
That's
Wow. we heard. Yeah. Wow. Well, where do you guys call home? Where do we find you?
Well,
Probably here. We're going to be working with
You can find us at the.
Lady Lemon, the open Lord of Waterdeep.
yeah.
So we'll be at the yawning portal, or we'll be
Late
on a
night
side.
last night.
Portal. I almost want to give you one, but it's too cheesy.
Yeah.
nah.
At the portal. You know what? Fuck it. That was
Good enough.
We live in a black Chevy Caravan.
Down by the river.
Down by
At
the
the
river. Down by the
Portal.
river.
down by the river. Oh, poor Chris Farley. Okay. All right, we got diamonds. Now what?
Alright, I need 10 gold worth of herbs and spices for my. I don't think that's actually. It's incense, herbs, and etc.
Is it 11 of them?
No, yeah. I'll buy 11 gold just for
Are they
the,
finger looking good?
the finger looking good.
We gotta stop by the
If you're familiar
blacksmith
with
for
chicken.
some iron filings.
Oh, let's go
it's
one at a
living,
time. So you need 10
And
gold
then
worth.
I also need a brazier.
Okay, hold on. So first thing is you need 10 gold worth of the incense.
It's incense, herbs. I think.
Okay.
it's,
They'll charge you 12 gold for it.
for 10 gold. Well, it's just. I mean, it's herbs and incense. I don't know why it was.
Because we're in Waterdeep or what?
Is this?
Because
is
it's a
this-
fucking store.
Alright, I mean, I only need to spend. I don't know what defines the value of 10. If it says 10 gold pieces worth of something, it should just be however much I can get for 10 gold pieces. Are the overlords? I mean, if how is
There's taxes.
I don't know
That's
what-
a good point.
I don't know what-
It says that you need 10 gold
I
pieces
don't-
worth.
if it's worth 12 gold, then it's not really 10 gold worth anymore, is it? I only need 10 gold worth.
And the merchant tells you, well, you've grown up in the same world that we have. We've got taxes to the government. We've got taxes to the dragons as well.
Hear me out. If we destabilize the economy and inflate the price of gold, then 10 gold worth of this stuff is going to be easy.
Good point.
Let's do it.
But you'll need 100 gold to buy the same amount you really need.
Ah,
No,
well,
but the important piece is,
Is
hey,
the-
it would
is-
be 10 gold, but we owe 2 extra gold to our dragon overlords.
is our well, if it's as much, I'm just confused as to the I'm not much one for the arcane, but at the same time,
Maybe he's religious. Praise be to Torm.
So, Locke, you will know because you have grown up in this world that there is I take it for granted because you haven't been listening to our whole thing. Is that this world? There is a dragon in every territory that is the alpha. Alpha doesn't mean male; it could be a female dragon. But there is an alpha dragon that has claimed a certain amount of land, and these lands do not overlap. And what they have done is they have not destroyed and just torched and killed all the humanoids and cities in this land. Instead, they actually protect them for the most part, so that trade and money can still flow. And it's been this way for over 150 years. And what they get in return is, instead of trying to attack the city and getting one lump sum of treasure from that dead city, is they make, because dragons know they live fucking forever, right? They have the city pay monthly tithes. So every city you see like a wagon or a group of wagons in a certain location in the city. And the merchants and everybody, they all tithe to it. And there's a percentage of like sales tax that goes to the government, because the government still exists. And then without even having to be judged or give it to somebody else, and then they count and put it in there, the people on their own accord at this point in time have learned to put their money into these wagons. And these are just open wagons. So yes, anybody could just walk up and try to grab it, but it is so known at this point in time that it will just bring death and destruction to everybody, that even the stickiest fingered rogue would not even touch one, copper piece that was in this wagon.
Yeah.
So it is just a straight up way of life that nobody questions. This is the way it is. There's taxes that go to the government and taxes that go to the dragon, and nobody fucks with it.
I'd love to see Night Priest walk by one of those dragons.
Yeah.
he would hook it up to a horse and drive it away.
He's out of character.
Yeah.
I'm just confused.
I just had to say that.
If I need it to be 10 gold to cast the spell, why would I spend 2 extra gold on herbs that I don't need then? If I only need 10...
Well, you're more than welcome to go out into the forest and find your own herbs, sir.
Teaching Locke about taxes.
Well, this is...
There's called supply and demand.
If I spent... it's not that I need a certain amount of herbs. I only need the herbs that are worth 10 gold. That's the stipulation on the spell. I don't quite understand.
Well, if you don't want them, you don't have to pay for them.
I just want... How much herbs could I get for 10 gold? If I wanted 8 gold worth of herbs, and then you added the 2. I spent 10 gold on the herbs. Is that the...
Look, sir, you can either pay the price, or you more than welcome to leave my store.
Again, hand on arm, son. Remember, we live in something that is. I found this tome called the PHB before, and that's not what we're talking about here. We're in a different world than the PHB.
I will.
So that's when he's asking for this amount. That's
We're in the
why
BA.
Is it the hib?
we're in the
fib?
what are we? We're in the B and P.
Bloodlines
The
and
B
power.
and P world.
Instead of the player handbook, we're in the Bloodlines and Power, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Well, I suppose if it's going to, I mean, we are working for the open war. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna name drop that we're working for the open war lord of Waterdeep. It's gonna go right back into our pockets anyways at some point. And I'm gonna try and roll a. Actually, I'll just spend the 10 gold. I have 15 gold, and I'll just give him the 12 gold. Yeah.
Okay. You now have 10 gold worth of incense and herbs.
I'm gonna does it smell good?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Smells
And
legit and real.
I am in need of a brazier. I don't know where I could find one of those.
Oh, the blacksmith will have metal braziers for you.
Well then, I will go take my business to him then.
All right. Well, we appreciate your patronage. Have a
Good
good
day.
day. As I fucking start falling into his accent because that shit is just contagious.
It's so lazy. It's a lazy way of talking. It takes
All
less
right.
effort.
So now you want to go get a brazier?
How
Brazier?
big of a brazier do I need for this? I don't know.
It's to be a travel size, so
Travel
we'll call it a
A
basketball.
mini one.
A pocket
Travel.
travel.
We'll call it a basketball size.
Pocket brazier.
Ye
Just
old,
be careful where
yeah,
you put it.
ye old pocket brazier.
We'll call it a WNBA basketball
W,
size. Not
it's a little bit small. It's a little.
It's a smaller basketball.
We'll go. Yeah, and I'll go. And how much would a brazier be cost?
So the blacksmith tells you, well, you looking for like a super exquisite fancy one, or just one that'll get the job done?
I just need something to get the job done.
He tells you 1 silver.
1 silver. I need to. I'll hand him a gold. Can I get change?
Well, it depends. He's only a blacksmith.
Well,
Don't give him a platinum.
Can you give change for 1 gold piece? I still have gold pieces on me.
Yes,
Alright.
he'll give you a gold.
Alright.
He'll give you a change for that.
And then.
So he gives you what, 9 silver?
And then also, if he is selling daggers,
Mm-hmm.
does he sell daggers?
He does.
Alright, I believe the PHB price for a dagger is maybe, I think it's 5 silver, but I can check.
And what kind of dagger do you prefer?
I prefer the stabby kind.
Stabby?
Yes.
You might want a slashy just in case.
He
I
says
do
he's got
have
two.
two. I have
Yeah,
2
okay.
slashy daggers,
Okay.
but stabby daggers are better for
Throwing.
2
throw
gold
in-
pieces.
2 gold pieces for a dagger. Wow. Okay.
And 2 silver.
And 2 silver. All right. So I will.
Freaking
I'm
dragon.
getting these dragons.
We don't know any better.
Hey, did you ever watch
We don't
Love
know any
Connection?
better.
It's 2 and 2.
You don't know any better.
We'll be
I
back
don't know
in.
I spent
2 and 2.
12, and then I spend
You want to take a...
1.
Well, let's finish shopping first.
Yeah.
So that's I'm at 3.
As soon as we finish shopping, I'll be in a good spot.
9, and then I'm just gonna I'll spend 1 of my platinum pieces. Just bling.
Okay, so it's 2 gold and 2 silver per dagger. However many daggers you
Per
want.
daggers. Alright. So I'll give him 1 platinum and 1 gold. So that'll be 5 daggers.
Oh, was that the math for 12 daggers?
Yeah. So
Okay.
if they're 2 gold, 2 silver, that's 1 gold for the tax, and then 1 platinum for the
Okay.
5 times 2.
Okay.
So. Alright.
I'll trust in you.
Alright. So I'm at-
Anybody else need shopping? You needed something too?
There you go, another...
Hold on. Rowena needs something.
Do they have Molotov cocktails in this room?
Dude, she just got shit-faced drunk, and now she wants to use alcohol as a weapon.
Well, I can fly. I can light things.
Going nuts.
It's called oil flasks.
The A doesn't stand for anarchist, okay?
Incredible.
No,
So-
it stands for
Okay.
asshole.
So, Rowena, Molotov cocktails as we know it, no. But if
Well,
there is
flasks.
fire and you drop, you threw like a flask of oil into it, you know that the oil would ignite if there was already fire. The oil would make the fire.
But would I be able to light it?
You're not talking about sticking like a rag out, lighting it, and throwing it. That hasn't really been seen yet. But yes, if there's fire somewhere and then you throw an oil on it, then it would.
I guess I'll get a couple glasses of oil. It's useful.
Okay.
Cooking.
1.2 silver pieces each.
No, because usually
What?
the oil.
Sorry,
you're talking
1.1
about
silver
is
pieces?
what
10% more?
Yeah.
It's a 10%.
It's actually supposed to be a 20% because it's 10% for the government and 10% for the tax.
So
So,
1.2.
so add 20% for tax to it, whatever the player handbook price is.
1.2 silver.
2
1.2 silver.
Yeah, because it's 10% for government, 10% for dragon. 10-10.
So 1 silver,
One gold, 2
1
silver.
silver, no, 1 silver, 2 copper per oil flask.
Okay.
They're not expensive.
So I'll get 3 of those.
So 3.6.
I don't think I lost any arrows.
So you're still at a D12. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Make sure you write that. Make sure you have it logged down, like somewhere on your sheet.
Okay. And how much is a bag of holding?
So you can go find magic. You can go find magic shops for sure.
That's I think that might be a little out of our price range.
Oh, 5th level.
Just
We,
price
we,
range.
do, we do not have a lot. Just to be clear, we do not have a lot of money.
Yeah, we're not. I think
We got-
uncommon
Dusty keeps
is.
us poor for a reason.
I think uncommon magic items are like 500 gold.
You guys, we have the equivalent of 210 gold pieces in party dinner.
Bag of holding would be smart though. Maybe next time.
We could pitch in.
A bag of holding will not be.
I don't know.
What is the rating of it? Is it you
It's
know?
uncommon.
It's
I
uncommon?
do have a wand of secrets
I think
we
it's
could
like
potentially
250
sell if we really need to.
Bag of holding
What's
is
the
uncommon.
Well,
So-
it has 3 charges, and you can look for a secret door or a trap within 30 feet.
But you know what? I have
You guys.
Yes, bag of holding is uncommon. So okay, so uncommon.
We do not have enough money for bear unless.
So as you go to the magic shop and you ask for a bag of holding, they tell you it will be 275 gold.
Well, I have 160 gold.
You want to waste
Oh, no,
use
I have
all of
a
our
bag.
money for
Sorry.
a bag of holding?
I would rather hang on
So
to a little
hey,
bit for
Hey,
accommodation.
just so you guys metagame, it could be 500 gold.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's
So
a good
270,
deal. It's a good
275.
I
deal.
mean, we could all pitch in, and it could be the party backpack.
I mean, I don't have very much money at all, though, so
You guys got to remember, this is a world where we are counting weight.
Yes.
Bag of holding would be handy.
bag of holding would be handy.
Everyone's going to have a bag of holding eventually.
How about I
Do we-
contribute 50 gold?
How about we decide whether we need it or not? And first of all, we don't have personal magic items.
I
right?
think
We
that
got-
Lux sure might want to have a bag of holding. If he's going to start.
Ooh.
I think that we might.
for like.
I bet.
I think it's an excellent idea, and I'll pony up a down deposit if other people want to contribute.
Because it doesn't need to stay alive.
Right.
Nice.
So cool.
He just wants to put dead pieces in it.
Yes.
Again, like
275 is what I say for now.
That's right.
It could change. Next time you talk to this merchant,
No,
it could change.
let's buy it.
If we want to buy it, I mean,
Yeah.
I've got 100 pounds of tools I can throw in there easily.
oh, dear Lord.
Limber me up.
how much can it hold?
A bag of holding can hold
5,000 pounds, I think.
500 pounds.
500 pounds.
100 pounds.
And it always weighs 10 pounds. From that.
I did that.
15 pounds.
15 pounds.
64 cubic feet inside. Not to exceed 64 cubic feet and or 500 pounds.
Okay, so just to be clear, guys, we have 100. So 218. 208. Sorry. 218 gold pieces in the party then. And we can pony up some more if we want. I can go try to negotiate if we want. If we really want to spend all of our money in a bag of holding.
I mean, if we're gonna be,
it might be worth it.
My thing is, when are we going to go speak to the Lord of Waterdeep, Miss Lemon?
She just.
Perhaps we should see what kind of
Maybe we could get a better deal.
or
Tax free if we're
Or-
working for the government.
Tax free.
or we might need some other type of items if we're going to be on some kind of specialized mission.
That sounds good.
So we might not want to spend all our money on something that we might not even be needing.
All of us have 11 platinum. If everyone kicks in another 5,
He really
Instead of
wants-
16 platinum, you guys only
I've been
get
dropped
6.
down. I know. I've been.
But you know,
Let's
it is
talk
a
to
good
Lemon
point.
first.
That is a little bit in
Yeah.
character.
yeah, but it's
because I was-
400 pounds of stuff we don't have to carry or do anything
I
with.
think-
You stash it in there.
It's still
I
on
now
the
got a
table.
horse, though.
It's just we'll find out first what we
I think.
can do.
I
I
have
think.
a
Are we
horse.
going to? Are we going
Could
to?
you make a horse, sell it to someone that
Right.
It's an incorporeal horse. It's not actually like a real horse, right?
They can carry stuff. It's like
It can
all the
carry
stats
stuff.
of a regular
I
horse.
Okay, if nobody wants to, I'll
I
go
think-
to
I
the
think
lake.
we
should
should.
talk to
I think we should talk
Let's talk
to
to her
Miss
first.
Lemon first, and then if we.
So that's a yeah. Let's go see what we need. If
Okay.
we don't have any other needs, let's
So,
go check
is
out
anybody
the-
else going to do any more shopping before we talk to Lemon then?
Holy water is 25 gold pieces. I'm gonna get another flask of holy water, even though I didn't use it. Can I get one from my?
It's 25 and then 2 silver and 5 copper? Is that 20%? Oh, wait.
What's the 25
Times 10.
Plus 10, 20,
27
no,
and
plus
a half
20%.
It's it'd be
5
5 silver, I think.
Plus 5 silver.
So 30 gold pieces.
No,
5.
25 gold, 5 silver.
Yep.
Right?
25 gold.
25 gold
It's
plus 20%.
Yeah.
That's 20%. No, that's 20%. It's another 5 gold pieces, so it's 30 gold pieces.
No, that's not that. I will do the math. I have
20%
yeah.
of 25 is an additional 5,
25.
so it's 30. Right?
20% of what
20% of 25.
is an
That is 30, yeah.
Yeah, they're right. Then 5.
You are
Yeah.
correct. It is another 5 gold.
So 30 gold pieces for holy water.
Can't you make? Is there a way you can make your
I
own
think
holy water?
that's
I thought
couldn't
there was-
clerics and
I thought.
paladins make, or you can make holy water. No.
I could, but he's going to charge me the same amount
Well,
for
I think it
components
might
and the
be-
water and everything.
Let's see what the rules say.
Because he's going to screw you out of the gold one way or the other.
Hey, I just gave you guys a
No,
fucking
it does
100
re-
platinum pieces.
Yes.
It does require.
Don't be bitching at me.
If the water from the
Fraud.
flask comes out the hole of the flask,
You got
it's
1,000
solely water.
gold.
It's a. No, it is 25. The ritual does require
just bought
25 gold
Give me
pieces.
that inspiration. Drink that.
So is
It
it,
does-
is it 30 gold pieces for the holy water? Can I negotiate with my priest? No. If not, if I can, again, it's fine.
No, not at, and then at that point, because
Okay.
they're not cutting a profit. They're not charging 40, and then you can negotiate it down. To
I'm
30.
gonna buy another flask of holy water for 30 gold.
Why? You haven't used it yet.
Well, just
I
in
know.
case.
I just have this.
You already have a whole half pint already.
I have whole half already.
The whole,
It comes in
the whole
pints.
thing.
But you have a whole half already.
You know what? Screw it. I don't need. I'll keep the one. Thank you.
All right.
Fine, I'm not
And
gonna-
we'll see if
That's
we
fine.
do.
Just so you know, I've got 4 if you need to take one off.
And I didn't realize that. Thank you, and I won't buy one right now.
Okay. Anybody else doing any other shopping? Anything else that you guys wanted to accomplish today?
Talk to Lemon.
I think that's gonna be our.
Well,
next
you guys all know at this point that it best be waiting for her to come to you than you try to go to her.
Yeah. I just want to check with my paladin order. Is there any further information about when I might be able to get a?
The paladin that you initially were talking to is in Baldur's Gate, so that
right.
individual is not here. However, you can go to the place of the paladins and try to find the one
You
from
know,
order,
see, hey, you know, I just
and
leveled up. I want to figure out.
show them your symbol so you can get access to it. Okay, you can go in, and then what did you want to find out?
I want to find out. I'm on my path of redemption here, and the trials
Didn't
of life.
you just murder everybody in the arena?
Yeah, well,
not a
not easily, and not without
Bad
an
about
effort.
it afterwards.
Not with verve and relish.
And then I'll bow my head. I don't really want to talk about it.
It's like, do you understand what the path of redemption actually means?
The more I talk to
I was a little carried
the more I
away.
do.
Sounds
So
like
this-
maybe you need more time with Totem then. How can we
Praise be.
how can we be of
Praise
assistance?
be. Praise be, brother.
How may we be of assistance?
So, how might a paladin along his journey find the tools necessary to do the job, including shields, plate mail, and warhammers, which are needed for peacenik paladins such as myself.
It's a deterrent.
Deterrent. Walk softly. Carry this.
And brother paladin, your name is
My name is Wilbin.
brother Wilbin. How long have you been on this path?
Admittedly, not long. I'm still learning.
It is apparent. So,
Praise be.
the longer you follow this path, and the more accurately you stay in line, trust in Torm. Continue to pray to Torm. And Torm will provide in ways that you are not aware of.
Thank you, brother. What is your name?
Simon.
Thank you, brother Simon. That is all I ask. I come not seeking gifts. I come seeking knowledge, wisdom.
And as you have
Thank you.
received,
Thank you.
we
for
wish
your
you
guidance.
Torm speed as you continue your path. Stray not from it, and honor him with your actions.
Brother Simon, form speed.
That's not how we do it. But
Okay, brother Simon.
There's another useful tip.
and he puts his hand on on your shoulder and he goes, "Go with Torm. Trust in him. Make the right decisions." As he turns you around and pushes you out the door.
And as I turn around, the door slams. Praise be. Oh. I just sort of walk. They was like happily walk along my way.
I'm roaming the temple street again.
So before we do that, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back right there.
Sounds good. We're back.
We're back! Are you excited or what? Ah!
So
All right. So we're still doing our shopping episode.
we a beach episode next.
Okay, so
Bloodlines and power shopping.
power shopping.
Cheers.
Power walking through the mall shopping. So was there anything else you guys needed to accomplish in town? Belladonna, do you want to get some more trinkets and some, more future telling? Okay.
I'm eager to see Lemon.
To see Lemon?
Eventually she'll find
Yeah,
us.
well, who knows? Who says that she's back at the tavern waiting for you?
Probably. I mean, I hope that'd be an
You got-
interesting encounter.
You're gonna have to keep waiting until I get my mini to show before you see her again, I guess.
Yeah. I would like to resummon Remy at some point.
Dude, you had all morning. You had hours while they were sleeping in. You could have done that.
It's a 10-minute ritual. After I get my I had to go shopping, get my brazier and my.
Oh,
mirrors.
that now
So
you
I had
can
to go
do it.
shopping, and now I have all my stuff, and I'm just gonna burn it.
All right. So you guys want to go back to the tavern, or you guys want to do something else?
I want to go get
The town is yours. It's fucking water deep.
two more 18 trinkets, symbols that I'm gonna get.
How much did you get charged the last
Two
time?
silver pieces or one silver piece on that? It was one or two
It was
silver
a rush
pieces.
job last time. It just
No. They were
Oh,
just the little. Those
They're
were just little
dinky
trinkets.
They're dinky little.
So I think they wouldn't more than one silver piece. I don't think. So, but as you come back for more,
Yeah.
you go back to the same
place,
merchant.
yeah.
She sees you coming back, and you ask her for more. She goes, "Oh, yes, I have a few more. They're 1.5 silver now. They've gone up in value.
So what additional features do these have?
They're the same, but the good news is the ones you bought already, you've got them on sale.
No way. I tell you what.
We've been
How about you give these two to us for free? And
And
I
we'll
will
tell
go in,
everyone
and
what
the
we
A
get.
team will go and sign some of the other ones. We'll have it an A team signed trinket. And you know what? Every time you sell one of these, you only need to give us 1 copper piece. How about that?
Give me a persuasion check, and I already know what it's going to take.
No way.
Yeah. No, it's not a 20.
It's a 10.
That's 16. I get to add the 5 that I still have on.
Is that how
21.
long does that
It's only
last?
10 minutes.
Yeah, probably not.
Hold on one
It's either 16 or 21, depending on if DM allows me to.
How fast can he run?
You would have passed them yourself, wouldn't
Sorry?
you? You would have passed them yourself.
Yours does it? That only lasts for how long?
Yeah, only a minute.
It's okay. It's only
Well,
one.
you can only use it
The
once.
hand.
Mine's only 10 minutes, but I can use as much as I want. So that persuasion would have been 16.
16, that's pretty good.
Plus 3, plus 3.
Yep.
I'm excited to be able to add 9.
If I add the plus
I
5.
love to do rogue. Plus 9 to my stealth.
It's crazy.
It's so good. Expertise is just chef's kiss. Feels like Pathfinder of
You get-
modifiers.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? You get like a little residual royalties coming back.
Just
What was the roll?
If it's possible. I was 16 or 21 if you allow me that this happened within 10 minutes of me casting that last thing.
No, you guys went to a different
Okay,
direction.
16 then.
And she kind of like, why, I appreciate your attempt at philanthropy, but no.
What do you mean no?
How could I pay my bills by giving stuff away for free and paying you when I sell my wares?
No. You're now
It's
selling
1.5 silver, or you can move on, sir.
Fine.
Okay. How many would you like?
One.
Oh, no, I'm gonna take 8. Take
Well,
8.
I have 6 right now, but I could try to get some more for you tomorrow if
I'll
you
take
want.
only as many as you have.
I
Right?
have
Thank
6.
you. Thank you. I'll take 6. Thank you.
Okay. So, 1 silver, 5 copper per.
Yep. So it's that's 9 silver.
9?
9 silver.
9.
The mighty 9.
99 silver. So I'll take that out of mine. Mine 9.
All right. Anybody else doing any more shopping?
I'm broke.
As a joke, dude, you just got like paid, bro.
No, but I spent all of it on. I spent a lot of it on Remy. Yeah. And then I got
Everyone had a signature medallion except you.
Yeah.
Yes, and
And I'm going to give you this.
Yeah, you gave one to
I
Damien
already
when
gave
she
it to
fell in
Damien,
the
right?
when he fell in the thing, right?
So yeah, of those 6, so I got 5 left. I've got. Yeah.
appreciate it.
So we just have our backup.
Appreciate it.
Are you planning
the
on
B-
replacing the B team getting amulets as well?
Can we sign them and then sell them?
But yeah, I
We're
work
gonna
better than
patent them.
patents and water. How would we enforce that?
Okay, so now what are you
Need a
doing?
lawyer.
We need a lawyer.
Need a good one.
What are we doing now? More shopping?
Back to the tavern?
Locke's done
Oh.
shopping. He's out of coin, but
So do we need to get a tabard for our newest member?
Oh,
Yeah.
should.
go back and order another one of those.
Darcy a cough
I
up
have to
first.
wear it. He has to wear
I
it.
don't even know what a tabard is.
Tabard?
Oh no,
And your
get
dragon
to it.
has to wear
It's
it
a
too.
poncho.
Oh, it's
Poncho. So we need to get, we're gonna go ask for we want to get to the same guy who is now gonna jack up the prices for the A team's 6th member.
But it's not a rush job.
Not a rush job anymore, so maybe
It's
some
not?
regular price. No,
Oh no,
How long are you guys gonna be in town for?
who knows?
we don't know yet. Actually.
Mhm.
How long would it take him to make it?
I don't think I would. Wear
He tells you if you're talking to him, he tells you again. It's like, well, just like last time, money talks.
Yeah. So if money doesn't talk, if
Money talk.
if we're here
last
for
time.
2 years, is we gonna get it 2 years from now? Are we gonna get it like a week from now? How long is it gonna take for us to have our regularly
What's your
priced-
backlog look like?
Well, I've already put all my clients on hold for you guys for making the ones that we already made.
And we've paid hopefully handsomely for that.
So I'm currently working on them. Well,
So what does that backlog look like? Kind
if you want to go for a regular one, I can probably get it to you within, by the end of the 10-day.
If I may
Yeah.
interject, I probably would not be the best one to wear one of these. I don't think if I'm going to be your scouting ahead, I don't think wearing something as recognizable as this would be advisable.
This is purely regalia, like this is like
This is for the city wear.
city wear. This is city wear. This is formal wear.
It's what we wear in parades and in our
Parades,
parties.
it's like
Parades,
full
yeah.
military
I'm not
garment.
much one for a parade. But if y'all insist, I would.
We think you should try.
How much was it last time? Like 50 gold a piece?
50
It
gold.
was
I think it was
not-
like
15.
It was like 15 gold.
If it is 50 gold, I would not be.
No, we're not-
I would not want to burden the party with the
It was expensive, but it was like
price of
I don't know.
It was impressive, but it made a statement.
Are we gonna have to roll back the camp the footage?
No,
I don't remember what I told you guys.
no, we don't remember either.
All right, 50 gold it is.
50 gold.
That's ridiculous.
Thank you.
Honestly, I have no idea
I'm
what I
wearing a
charge.
coat. I have a coat. It's like a tan coat. I'm not-
15.
I really don't
It's-
need.
get some
15
red
is
paint.
more
How about
in
can you use
line.
prestidigitation?
I can.
I can minor
Just like every hour.
If we really need, but if we really, I'm
Fine.
Was it like 20 gold
It was less than that. It wasn't more than 100 gold for the whole.
for 5 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think it was like
I would prefer not to.
It was
I would
what?
prefer to spend our
15,
gold
I
on
think.
things that we actually need,
Something
especially
like
once
And we
we.
spent a crap ton on the rush.
15.
I would rather
That's
spend
true.
as
Let me go
little
back
as
to some-
possible.
that was 15 for the rush.
I got the last 3.
If I-
So you said it was 100 gold?
Me.
I don't really.
No,
I don't really
Divided by-
care.
there was what,
I already
5?
agreed to wear this.
So that's
little
20
egg
gold
thing,
then.
But it,
100 divided by the 5, because you had 5 members then, was 20
No,
gold.
we got
We had
6.
6.
Who is the sixth?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
For Belladonna?
it was.
You only made 5.
I made her a harness.
You only made 5.
So
But I thought the dragon had one also.
She was a dragon back then.
You need to get another one for when she's walking around.
So it was 20 gold then.
20 gold.
He tells you, I can get you one tomorrow for 20 gold.
Could you get me one for? You said by the end of the 10-day. How much would that be?
Well, if you're willing to wait, we can do it for 15 gold. I mean, you guys are talking about custom, specialized. I mean, the materials. Come on, you guys have been wearing them. Look at them. The embroidery on the edges, the double line. You wanted gold and you wanted silver.
I really don't feel comfortable. I've never spent more than a copper on clothing.
So, Dusty, we spent 65 gold.
To be fair, I have stolen a fair amount.
A total of 65 gold.
Oh.
Well, he said 100. All right,
That-
65.
You said it was less than 100, but
Yeah.
So that was 13 then?
Yeah.
All right, 13 gold. I'll get it to you tomorrow.
And 10 gold in the 10 day.
I
I'm
could-
willing to wait for the 10-day.
I could do it for, I'm going to do it for 8 gold for if you want to wait till the end of the 10 day.
I'll wait for the 10-day, man.
All right.
If they insist on, if they still
and we
insist on.
probably tell anyone who asks where we got these funds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would gladly take the 8 gold now then, so I make sure I can get the materials for it.
I guess I'll toss over one
No,
of my.
no. We come from party.
No, it's party loot.
Party loot.
All right, if y'all insist.
He's like, ow, ow, stop twisting my arm. Okay, you got it. Yeah.
Paid for the rest of the party loot. Party loot.
I appreciate it. I probably will not be wearing it quite often, but.
So somebody make sure to write
What color does it-
write
what
that
color
down
does it
to
look
come
like?
back
It's
within the
like
10
black.
at the end of the 10
Okay.
day.
Black with red A and gold and silver.
Okay. Yeah, Locke doesn't want it. He won't be wearing that very often.
Yeah, well,
You'll have to
just
twist his arm
just
to put
for, like,
something.
the goody over there.
Wanted
Hey.
everybody to be walking around with an adulterous A on their chest.
Adulterous A, yeah, I will.
You need a delta.
We're the mighty
Greek
sphincters.
symbol. It's a symbol.
I will.
Did you not read the Scarlet Letter?
Yeah.
Uh,
Is that familiar in the dungeon in this world?
I mean, I read it in prison.
Ooh.
It was in the prison
That
library.
sounds like another story.
I'd rather we read Lady Chatterley, but
Did you break out of prison and become a count of a small island?
Cannot say that.
What book is that?
Count 'em
Count 'em
out.
Monte Cristo,
Oh,
yeah.
never read that one.
That's the one with the painting, right? No, that's the Dorian Gray.
That's Dorian Gray.
Painting. of Dorian
Okay, so any more shopping?
Gray. I'm
No.
all shopped out.
All shop the fuck out. And now what do you want to do? You guys want to go bath up, maybe get massages? You want to order some tapestries, or
I think
go
I
look
might-
shopping for magic items?
Yeah.
I got told I couldn't
Come to
shop
see
for
the
magic
tapestry.
items until we talked to
So we
Leonard.
talked to Leonard.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think
Yeah.
I would like to go and collect some. Just go between some of the smaller taverns, and I also have my from my background my criminal contact feature that allows me to see some of the local messengers, corrupt cavern masters, caravan masters, and seedy sailors. So I'm just gonna try and go around and see if there's anything that is particularly in like the talk of the town, like any rumors about, especially concerning like the open lord, seeing if there's anything that might hint to us what kind of job we might be hired for, or what kind of like
Her priorities are.
her priorities, what kind of
Whatever
issues there
she
are
needs
in the
for her own.
area, like if someone's gone missing, if something's happened.
All right, give me an investigation.
Investigation. Can I do Can I use my charisma for that instead of my intelligence? Because I'm talking with people.
No, but because it's your background, you can do it with advantage.
Do with advantage. Okay. So that is just a straight roll. Then my investigation is +6 because I took expertise.
Nice.
And that is a 15. That is a 21 with advantage.
21. So you're able to, through the criminal organization, you're able to identify that there are several different criminal groups or organizations, if you will,
Mhm.
right? So like the Bloods and the Crips, and there's differences out here. And are you going to try to I don't know, get in with one of them or over the other, or
I'm just trying to see
You're just-
what's like the talk of the town. I'm not necessarily looking to like join anything. I'm just looking to see like who's doing if there's
so
something-
as you start asking about the Open Lord, you find with a 21,
yes.
you find most of the criminals. Of course, they're not necessarily high with following the laws and rules. But what you do find out is that even the criminals will pay their dragon tax. They might not pay the
City
the
staff.
city tax,
Mhm.
but they always pay their fucking dragon tax, no matter what.
Yep.
Just because that's the way it is. But as you ask around, nobody really has any negative things to say about the Open Lord.
Does that seem like it's fear or like it's genuinely
That's weird.
good?
It seems more like they respect her at every level. So you've seen it in the crowds at the gladiator arena, just by the way they act and react to her. You are hearing it from the criminal organizations. They don't talk shit about her. They don't trash talk her. They don't necessarily, they're not necessarily in love with her because she is the rules. She is the government. But there's no like hatred towards her, if that makes any sense. She's a hard person to hate, apparently. Which is probably why she was able to work her way up through the government to become the Open Lord, is because so many people, she's able to appeal to so many people. As far as any kind of like heists or things going on related to her, you don't hear anything kind of like that. And in fact, they seem a little confused, like you are. Is like, well, why? We don't know why she needs an adventuring team or what she hiring them. We don't know what she would be hiring them for to accomplish. So they're a little baffled on that. So they're not quite sure.
And then could I just get the names of one or two of a couple of the orgs, if possible?
Of the
The
criminals?
criminal orgs, if there's any.
Oh, the organizations.
Yeah, any of the criminal organizations, if you have them at hand. Just in case
Yep.
I need to contact them.
Let me grab my other notepad.
Lemons and the oranges.
Lemons and
One's pro-government, the other
There's the grapefruit.
Yeah.
Out of
They're in the
town.
middle. They're kind of
Tangerines.
The oranges.
Okay. So there's nothing. There's no
You
like
have-
obvious problems.
There are the Black Skulls
Okay.
and the Swiftleys.
The Swift Blades.
Swiftly, like swiftly.
Swiftleys. Okay.
They accomplish things swiftly.
Okay. And do either of these specialize in a certain type of crime, or are they just pretty much general, like...
Do you want to spend time and asking more questions and really trying to get into those details?
I just... If it comes up in passing, I just want to kind of get a lay
It
of
wouldn't come up in passing, but if you want to push the issue, you can.
Yeah, well, I just want to...
Because they don't know you.
That's
You're
true.
not rolling in with the thing. So, but if you want to push the envelope, we can roll again.
Yeah, sure.
What are your retirement benefits?
Yeah, do you offer... Yeah.
So who are you? So who are you?
Compensation.
So who are you talking to first? The black skulls or the Swiftleys?
Let's find out. That is the Swiftleys, I guess.
And then you're gonna try to find out what again?
I'm just trying to see if they have any kind of like specialty criminal specialty that they have.
Okay.
Like
So
if they're burglars, if they're
give me a.
I can do investigation. I can do persuasion.
I think it'd be more like persuasion, persuading them to kind of like
Maybe
revolt.
deception to try and say like
persuasion.
I want to get in on the org. Okay. Persuasion. That's a +3, and I will say that is a 16. Is that good?
16. They don't go into like a lot of specifics
Mhm.
because it's like a little bit like, well, how do we know that you're not like a City Watch or whatever?
I have contacts with.
But the gist that you get, I mean, without super details, you do get the gist that the Swiftleys seem to be more of like quick and stealthy, like robberies, theft, things like that.
Not like violent crime, more so. It's just
They're more
pickpockets
like
and-
stealth.
Okay.
Stealth and quickness.
Okay. As the name suggests. Then should I do the same for the?
Are you gonna go and press them as well too?
Yeah, I would like to as well.
Okay, go ahead and roll again.
Same thing.
Yep.
Oh, that's a 7.
You get nothing.
Probably
And
not
with a 7, what was the actual roll on the
much.
die?
It was a natural 4.
A 4. And then a 7. So when you're talking to the Black Skulls, they actually, as you're trying to push into, it's like, well, like, what are your specialties? Like what do you guys do? What are you good at? You see him get offended, and you see him actually pull back. And he's like, oh, hey, whoa, you know what? I don't even know you. In fact, I think you need to leave now.
No harm intended. No harm intended.
As you see him, he has his hand on the hilt of his sword. He's still sheathed, but he's got his hand on it. It's like, I think it's time for you to leave now.
Thank you for your time. I'm gonna toss him a silver. And-
He doesn't even catch it. It bounces off his chest and lands on the floor. He's still looking at you dead-eyed.
Well, I think I'll take my leave then, and I'm gonna just back out and then get out.
All right. Mark off that silver. When you leave, he picks it up, puts it in his pocket.
Fair enough. I'll get it.
Yeah, you just want to maintain that hard edge.
Yep.
until you left.
Of course.
No hard feelings. Just a curious guy looking around.
Have you ever heard of curiosity killing the cat?
Well,
Yeah, but the cat has 9 lives.
I have
Yeah.
9 daggers.
Yeah, but does this human?
Well,
Depends on how many times I can cast Revivify.
Well, I think
Hopefully
you're not
we'll
even.
need
I
it.
think you're not even there, buddy.
hope we don't need it that many times, but
All right. So, is everybody else at the yachting portal while Locke is out
I wandered off,
dealing with
like I
criminals?
said,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and I was going to look for a Temple of Tiamat if there was one, or any of the other major dragons.
No.
So
There is-
nothing. It was just one for Bahamut, nothing else.
Yeah, not a Tiamat. That's a bit of a
Sore subject?
yeah.
the evil god who attempted.
And there are no like other than Bahamut was a
Yeah.
deity.
Right.
So he has a temple. But there were
But
no
it's
other dragons that
derelict and decrepit now.
were no deities. Yeah.
Does it look any different today?
Yeah, it looked like fucking abandoned. It looks neglected. It looks
Yeah.
old, unused, and just sitting there waiting for
Tiamat.
a wrecking ball to come and knock it down and put up like the new and approved deity of the
Temple of
day.
Vestal Virgins or something?
Mm-hmm. You can ask around and get some information if you want.
Yeah, I might as well ask him.
Okay.
It's looking a little sad. That
So give me an investigation.
14.
Sure. So as you're looking at like the temples that are kind of like on the side of it, there's people going in, and you kind of ask them about
When was the last time you saw anybody in this place?
Yeah. And 14, is that what you said?
Yeah.
The information that you get, it's not super detailed, but you get the gist of it has been 100+ years since anybody has actively worshipped Bahamut. And the reason being is he stopped answering prayers. He kind of like just disappeared. There was a point in time where it's like he fell off the radar and stopped existing. And so
He's away from the keyboard.
eventually, after,
Yeah,
20,
people stop.
30, 50 years, people
Yeah.
finally said, fuck it, and they just stopped.
That's interesting.
So, at least 100 years, nobody's been worshiping him. At least not actively out in public.
But it has been that long or longer that the dragons have been around and running things.
The dragons have been around about 150-ish.
Right. They settled all their squabbles and then stopped answering their calls.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Try different one. 19.
19.
That one's a 19 as well.
So,
Oh, and then it would have been a 25.
so with a 19, you're able to start kind of putting the math together, and you realize with your obvious knowledge of the history of when Tiamat had her attempt on ruling the world and kicked back, that from that point on, as you're putting the math together, it was probably 30 to 50 years of people not getting responses. It almost seems as if that was the event that he stopped. And after about 30 to 50 years, people finally were like, we're tired of waiting. And they just cut it off. But it took that 30 to 50 years of his devout followers not getting answers, not getting any
give
response, not getting anything before they finally just
Or
said
die
fuck.
out.
Yeah, but finally they just said fuck it. And so for the last 100 years, but there's been no new ones, and no old ones have reemerged.
And the way that works is his power base is diminished, and he might actually perish on his own plane if he doesn't have any worshippers. So that's what powers him.
So, with that, that's what you find out.
Okay.
And Arcturus, you said you want to do something as well?
Or just go back to the tavern.
You can do that.
Would you convey that information to us?
I would convey that in a nice little closed circle, not out in the open.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's a dirty secret or not for the gods.
I'd probably say perhaps without the yin there can be no, without the one there can't be the other. If Tiamat
Possibly.
was destroyed, then
Possibly.
perhaps her equal opposite side.
The Raven God would really approve of that.
Lux, give me an insight. Are you proficient with history?
Yes, I am proficient with history and with insight. My insight rolls a 23.
Roll with advantage. See if it gets higher.
23.
23. So as he tells you that that maybe there's one without the other. Maybe you can't have it together.
Click.
You realize that sounds like it could be logical, but is unlikely. Just as he,
And I wouldn't want to verify it.
and here's
yet.
and here's why. Just as Locke had mentioned, oh well, if my sister wanted to take over the world, I'd take her out. And then he's like, well, maybe I wouldn't. And so now you're starting to realize that
Maybe he's busy.
even if they were siblings and they were on opposite ends of the spectrum, maybe he didn't want to personally kill her.
Right.
But you also know that she did not die.
Correct.
She is not dead. She was just sent back to the Nine Hells. So she was vanquished back. She was not allowed to stay in the material plane. She was kicked back out of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not dead, and so that's another reason why. Well, she's not dead, so it wouldn't be her death causing his death. It's something else.
I might be onto something now. We're gonna have to research this.
You could.
Trip to the plains
To the
coming up. Who's up?
library.
There's a great big one down in Candlekeep.
I'd like to spend my day too.
We can go down there.
All right, Rowena, is there anything that you want to be doing today? I mean, you guys did a little bit of
I'm
shopping.
recovering. Yeah. I did
You're feeling a little bit better since you drank the magical drink that the paladin
Tastes
made,
like pineapple juice.
and that the what are you again? A bard? A druid. That the druid made taste better. You're feeling a little bit better now. So, is there anything specific you want to do as you're walking
I would
around with
love
your
to-
two-legged friend?
I would love to get. What?
Two-legged friend.
I would love to get training. I mean, if there's training to be had.
What kind of training?
Dragon riding.
Counting.
Dragon?
Or fighter training. Can I learn something that would help me in the future?
I don't know what you mean. Tell me more.
Develop a skill or, you know, I don't know, improve my.
Your next feat is at 8th level.
Yeah, you just leveled to 5
Right.
while you were drunk
But I mean,
asleep.
So, like, for example, in the other game, like, we're learning how to ride horses.
I see what you're saying. You're trying to pull in. Hey, the other DM wants to do
Downtime,
something for
downtime.
free.
Yeah,
Can we get it for
We
free
level
here?
up.
If you'd like to do some sparring, I'd be.
Um,
I'd be
so
up for it.
so as of right now, there wouldn't be enough like downtime for you to accomplish something of that level. However, if that's something you're interested in, let me know specifically what you want to try to accomplish, and then I will look and see if it would make sense to try to weave it in somehow. Okay. But just as like for an afternoon, no, it's not gonna happen.
I'm not a
Throw.
That would be a 14.
Okay, so when you get to the guards, the city watch, they're like, oh, and as you tell them like your background and you show them your paladin symbol, they take you in. But the first thing you notice as you go behind the gates are the griffins that are walking around. And you are like, what the fuck? This is awesome! With your 14, you kind of lose your composure a little bit. You're like, oh my god! Ah! Yeah, and you fanboy it a little bit.
Griffin Riders!
And so,
Just awesome.
so where you come from, you didn't have griffins, and you didn't even have horses to ride around, and you guys just walked the streets. You were a streetwalker.
Uphill.
Yeah, we were
Both
streetwalkers
ways.
in Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
And so you fanboy out just a little bit, and you're like, and then you try to catch yourself. You're like, okay. So, did you hear about what we did last night?
Yeah.
And as you try to, they see you kind of like, oh my god, those fucking things are awesome. They're like, you want to go touch one? You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And so they take you over, and they let you, like,
Approach respectfully.
they teach you how to approach a griffin. That's not how we do it. And they don't.
So DM, how do you approach a griffin?
They don't allow you to ride or mount a griffin, but they do allow you to throw at a ferret.
You have to buy dinner.
I get to throw at a ferret.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That feels like a
Okay, so
euphemism.
so I will throw
And,
the griffin as ferret.
And it catches it in the air and it eats it.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, God. Threw it at a party and I threw it.
And then they so that's impressive. And then what kind of information were you trying to get?
So to see, what's on their mind. What's the biggest concern with the city guard in Waterdeep?
Okay,
What are the biggest criminal problems they've got to deal with?
give me. I'm gonna do it a double. I want a investigation and a persuasion.
An investigation.
Uh-huh.
And then a persuasion.
And a persuasion together.
17 for the investigation.
Okay.
And then persuasion at 20.
Good. So as you're talking to them, you're able to use your skills of of talking and like interrogation and asking the right kind of questions, and then getting feedback and adjusting your questions accordingly, as if they were criminals, but these are just friends, and so it's easier because their guard is down, and so you're able to find out that they talk about some of there's like the local criminals, which is kind of like whatever, but they do some shit every once in a while, breaking into the nobles' houses and stealing stuff, and so sometimes we got to increase watches there. But the biggest worry is there's been some concern about the Alpha Dragon. There's been rumors and rumblings that the Alpha Dragon for Waterdeep territory isn't happy. Now, they haven't seen the Alpha Dragon in many, many years, but there are talkings and rumors that something is going on, as far as there may be an appearance shortly of the Alpha Dragon of the territory in a not good way. So they're a little nervous about that, because they tell you, it's like, there's no way, even on the Griffins, there's nothing we can do about stopping an Alpha.
Great.
If the Alpha wants to come out and burn the town down, we're getting fucking burned down. They say that there's been rumblings and rumors that dragon activity, they haven't seen it yet, but the rumors are that dragon activity is increasing. And there is a potential that there may be a non-alpha dragon that wants to challenge for the alpha's position, and that might be what's going on.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. You killed it. It was the green baby one out in the swamp.
So you saying the Alpha has been spotted lately, or there has not been spotted for a long time? Okay.
Has not been seen. Now, and that tells you that the Alpha is content, and they prefer that. They prefer their offerings to be made, which is what they've established. Now, in the early years, the Alphas were seen, like probably before most of you guys were born. The Alphas were out, and they would fuck shit up, because they were making sure their presence was known, that their power was seen. They would kill, burn, torture, destroy what they needed to, just to prove a point. And then there were always years and times where the humanoids would try to challenge, like, fuck you, dragons, let's just not pay it. And then the dragon would be like, no, you're fucking wrong. And they'd fuck shit up. Until after enough times in a row that eventually, the last, 100 years-ish, people finally realized, don't fuck with the dragons. Mm-hmm. Don't fuck with the Alphas. Give them what they want, and they leave us alone. Mm-hmm. And so they have. Okay. As long as the people give the appropriate tithes, the dragons, the Alphas, sleep.
Because so the reason that they haven't seen the Alpha for a while, it might be because there's a non-Alpha that's sort of challenging, and it's being occupied that way. Might be something else.
Wait, say that again?
The non-Alpha is challenging the Alpha.
So there's rumors that there may be, and it hasn't happened for probably 110, 115 years. Probably the last time that not in Waterdeep specifically, but within like the known world, it's probably been at least 115 years since an Alpha was challenged. So all the challengings happened in the first 30 to 50 years.
But it's been nothing but stable since then. So
because the biggest, baddest motherfuckers took the claims.
Yeah.
If you recall, they talk about the battles of claim, which was that first probably 30 to 50 years after Tiamat was vanquished. Yeah. That there was turnover, right? The dragons thought they were the biggest, baddest, and then somebody would challenge them, and then there were dead dragons everywhere, and then eventually there was the baddest ones that were left, and that was it.
Talking to the watch, say, well, guys, how long do you think these dragons live? Because at some point, isn't an Alpha going to get old and is going to get challenged? Shouldn't that happen more and more these days? Or, unless they live thousands of years, so... What do you think, guys?
From all I've heard,
what do you think, boys?
Dragons don't fucking die. They just get meaner, bigger, badder, and Batter
Well,
ass.
yeah.
I
Wow.
don't think they die from old. I don't know much about these things.
Well, I can guarantee you this: they live a hell of a fucking lot longer than we do.
Amen.
That's not what we do here.
Sorry. I'm trying to stop.
You just need to be
I like-
you just
so
need to get
now-
a high
next
enough
time I'll just
level
go
that you
like-
can change the symbol.
Like,
It might be a Baldur's Gate.
yeah, is
It's
it?
a Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
It's a local dialect.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a Baldur's Gate.
What do you do over here to say? I get what you're saying, man.
Well, I'm from LA.
we say, I get it.
Okay. You look this up. Got it. Okay. So
That's information that you got.
Got it. Thank you.
It's pretty good stuff there.
Can you share that with the
Some
group?
good rolls.
Just, of course, sure.
Okay.
Hey, just remember the 18 and
18.
you know, need any help? We're talking. Hopefully, talking to Lemon.
Damn,
soon,
weren't
but,
you? Didn't you win the?
It was us. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Hey!
And then I'll just sort of reluctant. I won't like. I'm just like reluctantly. Yeah, we won. Yeah.
Okay, hey, can you sound the back of my shield?
And I'll say, really?
Yeah.
Sure. So yeah, I will.
It gives you a quill in it.
Cool. Go with dip it in the dip it.
And what's your name?
Yep. So, well, as the face of the 18, happy to.
Wait a minute, there's two faces. I bought an autograph at the tavern for 10 gold, and he said he was the leader.
What's that?
I thought I didn't sell any.
You didn't sell any.
Like-
Yeah.
So I was like, what? Sorry, you gave 10
That's what he
gold
told
pieces or
us.
We did say that he was Hannibal, right?
something?
I might be
Yeah.
mistaken. I don't remember.
Yeah. That's
I was
fine.
pretty drunk
That's
last
fine.
night.
Next, if you so to whoever I'm talking, you come to the Yawning Portal next time. Let's we'll have another drink and keep talking.
All
It's a
right.
pleasure to meet you, folks.
All right. I have a good one.
Me too.
Keep Baldur's Gate safe.
Keep Tormund.
Torn.
Keep on Tormund. I mean, keep.
Keep on tormenting. We don't. No, we're the City Watch. We don't torment people.
Okay, Tormund. Yeah, fine.
He's tormenting us.
All right. So everybody's going back to the Yawning Portal, or you guys got anybody else have anything else they want to do?
Since I did go to college in Waterdeep, I just want to maybe catch up with some friends from there. But
Okay.
Nothing
That's fun.
specific.
So give me a persuasion check or a performance check. I'll let you choose that.
Both are equally bad. 2.
So
Okay.
so when you roll back onto campus, thinking like you're like like the college guy going back to high school kind of a thing, it's like they don't know you.
Who's this clown?
You're not as popular as you thought you were. You just look like a dude that's not supposed to be there, like trying to revel in history. Do you know Married with Children? That show? No.
No.
Okay.
Give me the reference.
So we all gather around him and
4 of us.
sing the 18.
No, it's Al trying to relive his high school football day glories kind of a thing. It's like you're in your mid 40s and you're trying to relive your 16-year-old glory.
Because you're like 6 months.
Because it went downhill after prom.
Yeah.
They don't know better.
I know. So the point is you don't find a warm welcome with a 2. It's kind of like they're like, who's this dude? Like, who are you? Are you enrolled here? And you're
This
like,
is further.
Kids are
Yeah.
stupid.
It's kind of like I don't know. You just look like an adult instead of like a college kid to
That's what
them.
the A is for.
An adulterer.
No, just an adult.
Oh, an adult. That'd be AA.
Cool.
You going to AA?
Needs
Yeah, I was
two
gonna
of
say,
us next
like-
to each other.
Hello, my name is Arcturus.
Unfortunately-
Last night.
Arcturus, unfortunately, that was a shitty roll.
Yeah.
What's
So-
your modifier?
-1.
Oh yeah.
What'd you roll a 3 and got?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah,
I'll go back to the bar.
you get an unwarm welcome at the college. It's a little bit of a letdown.
I'm on to better things now. Leader of the 18.
There you go. All right.
You
And
say this
Lux, are you
myself.
good?
Is that what?
Is there anything else you wanted to do? prior to going back to the bar?
No, I think that's fascinating.
Okay.
I'm
Is there a
pondering
smoke
that
shop?
as I walk
Hold
back.
on. Rowena, is there anything else you want to do before going back? Okay, and then Locke.
They sell cigarettes or tobacco at the.
I've
Yeah,
got
he-
another fine cigar.
Alright, so he can find some
I don't
cigars.
I'm gonna get.
Can I
Or
find
pi-
some
or-
alcohol
or,
and
pipe
firearms
tobacco.
to go with that?
Are we gonna constantly try to one up each other?
Messing with the expensiveness.
I'm gonna get some pipe tobacco and a couple. I'm gonna get 5 cigarettes.
Pipe weed
Did you have a pipe?
from South Farthing.
No, I need to buy a pipe.
Yeah.
Screw this. No. I'm gonna get 6 cigars.
Regular or like
Regular,
fine
just
quality?
Regular cigars.
6 regular cigars. Okay.
I don't know what a black gum's kinda-
6 silver.
Roll me a d6.
6.
They're
Is
expensive.
that what you mean?
There's 6 silver, 6 silver apiece.
Oh.
6 silver apiece.
They're actually,
Fine.
you went into you were in a nice part of town when you went into the shop.
Good.
I mean, they're telling you these are like the cigars.
Well, it's probably better than going into a crappy part of town and getting something that they stole out of the nice part of town at a
Yeah.
price.
So the 6 does include the tax as well, so it's
Okay.
a total of 6 silver for those cigars. There you go. So anything else? Will?
Nope.
Alright, so you guys all find your way back. We'll call it maybe a little bit before dinner time back to the tavern as you guys have done your sleeping in, early lunch, shopping, visiting college, buying some cigars. A few hours, right? Several hours. And then you make your way back to the yawning portal. And as you guys are all reconvened, you see somebody getting lowered down into the pit. Are you familiar with the yawning portal?
Another victim.
Oh, he doesn't even know.
Another
Okay.
victim.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I keep forgetting. People don't know all the lore that we've been talking about. So Durnan was a dude way back before the city was the city, right? There was
an
a
adventurer.
hole in the ground, and Durnan and his buddy went into this hole and explored, and it went into the underground and the caves and shit, and it was a labyrinth of passages and dangers and creatures and monsters and treasures and magic items and fuck oh my, right? It's like ridiculous bullshit in there.
Didn't he disappear for over a decade?
Yeah. And anybody that ever went in there just never comes out. That's just the way it is. Durnan and his friend were the first people that ever stepped foot in and back out of these dangers. And with that survival, they both had enough treasure and wealth that they could retire. The wizard, his wizard friend, ran off and built a tower somewhere and just fucked off. Durnan took all of his money and he built a tavern over that hole. And from there, the city continued to build around this tavern. And that created Waterdeep. And so within the tavern, there's this giant hole that has this now pony wall around it. There's this hole into the ground. Literal giant hole in the ground, in the middle of the floor, in the middle of the tavern. And there is this crane that goes over the top of it, and you can pay to get craned in, and they'll drop, and they'll lower you down to the bottom. And you can either go to the bottom, touch the wall, pull me back up, and say, "Ha, I went into the yawning portal and I lived, but all I got was this t-shirt."
Yeah.
Or you can take your adventuring party and get the fuck off the platform and go. But nobody comes back. So that is the yawning portal, right? And so when you go into the yawning portal, behind the bar takes up an entire wall, the bar keep, right? One of the long walls. And there's a giant portrait of Durnan, and next to it is a giant portrait of Lemon. Because what actually happened, as you ask around and find out, is that Lemon used to work in the yawning portal, and she actually ran the gambling room. She was like a high stakes run a high stakes gambling room within the establishment. But over the years,
She cheated.
she didn't actually.
I,
Over the years, she actually earned the affection of Durnan, and she became a part owner of the tavern. Eventually, Durnan finally retired, and she took over 100% ownership of the tavern. What also was discovered... Actually, you know what? Give me an investigation roll.
Investigate.
As you're asking the locals here about this history. Because I don't think I told all you guys this yet either.
What I've known, since I was in Waterdeep for like 3 years.
Well, you can do an investigation, or you can allow him to do it with advantage.
Do with advantage.
I just need to make. Alright, that's a natural 6, so I think that's a 12.
Advantage.
Oh, an advantage. Oh, that's a natural 15, so I think that's 21. I just need to make sure
Keep the DM well fed.
Is this well fed?
That is a 21.
Okay, very good. So,
We loaded you up with carbs.
as you are using your silver tongue and you're getting information from the patrons as well as the employees there, you find out that the story goes, whether it's true or not, the story goes that Durnan fell in love with Lemon, and they became a couple. Eventually, he was a human, and his life was extended dramatically, and they can only assume that it was due to magical items that he'd found down inside of there. But eventually, he retired. They air quoted retired. He left. He disappeared, and he just gave her ownership. So he ran off to like finally die, or to just be alone, or nobody knows for sure. But he disappeared.
Maybe she threw him down the portal again.
Maybe.
Got tired of it.
But if anybody was, he actually went in twice and came out twice. He's the only person that's gone in twice and come out. Because if we're going to backtrack, when he came out and he built that, there was times where he finally got bored because he was just a business owner. He's like, "Fuck this! I'm an adventurer. Fuck retirement." And he went back in. And he disappeared for a decade, and he came back out. And he came back out without aging because he had found something to keep him alive. So, anyways, so eventually he's like, he finally had enough, right? After so many years of just being a fucking bar owner and the whole city building up around it. So he gave her 100% ownership. What people didn't know commonly then was that Durnan was also he was one of the masked lords of Waterdeep. And what that means is the politics of Waterdeep is there is an assembly of masked lords, anonymous voters in the council, right, of the politics part of it. And then there is one open lord, unmasked, that rules tiebreaker, overruler of all. If the consensus cannot come to an agreement, that'll be the tiebreaker and things like that. And open lord being that's the open face to all the public. With again, then all the masked lords, of course, are all masked and anonymous.
Nobody knows who they are.
So nobody knew, but Durnan was one of the masked lords. And whenever he left, he also gave her his seat at the masked assembly. So over the years, she moved up the power ranks within the political power structure to eventually she got promoted to Open Lord of Waterdeep. So now she runs Waterdeep and the Yawning Portal. And that's what you learn with that role.
Alright. Thanks for the advantage. I'll take that.
Arcturus is just like, just talk to
How
that old guy over
old
there.
is this tavern?
How old is the tavern?
Yeah.
Tavern's real old. It was here before Waterdeep was here. It was the first building in Waterdeep.
How long does a halfling live?
Halfling wasn't here on day one.
Right, but I'm just wondering.
she lives.
Isn't it about like 130-ish
I think
years?
it's a little bit longer than a human.
No, it's a lot more than that. It's less than an elf, way more than a human.
I'm just trying to figure out how old is she, and is she at the end of the lifespan or not? Or should she be?
Durnan should have been.
Vernon should have been.
Right.
We have a-
Without
we-
magical means, yes, but
Yeah.
it's important to start questioning these timelines.
Generally lives into the middle of his or her second century.
So 200
So
years?
About 100.
150-ish years? 150, give or take?
And she's been around publicly how long?
How would you know?
He was talking to her. Or not her, but he was talking to the locals. While she was up there, partnered with them. So when was she a partner? I'm just curious. I like to think about these things.
So he finds out that she was running the gambling halls when Tiamat came.
So she's at least 150.
So she's quite old. Although she might have some similar magic to what.
Right. I just wanted to get that out there.
Clarify. Yeah.
She
that's-
didn't look that old, did she?
No.
What you guys have seen from her now, you guys saw her, the closest you saw her was the night before you guys went to the arena when she was on the stage in the Yawning Portal. She looks young and sexy as fuck. She looks beautiful.
And she talks. So
She's like
not a dragon.
so
Well, she could
stunning
be
of a
dragon
woman.
in human form, a real dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, she could.
She's such a stunningly
She's a
beautiful
lemonade.
woman that straight women think that she's sexy. A straight woman would be like, yeah, she's fine.
There you go.
I think. Yeah. So
All right.
that is a good point. Though.
Anything else?
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Nothing else?
Do some.
All right. So, are you guys gonna have dinner?
I guess.
Yeah.
Let's have a proper sit down, calm, not like big bar dinner. Let's have like a.
In one of the
We
rooms.
should like have a private room. Like, do they have a private room you can sit down and have dinner?
Sure. You want to get like a meeting room?
Let's have like a meeting
You
room.
can pay for that. But
Yeah, but
Well,
we
have our
should
own.
do that.
Would one of our rooms be able to accommodate the whole group?
No, not
No.
with a big table and everything.
Not with the table and everything.
It's fine because we gotta figure out what. So yeah, let's have a like
What job
team
did
meeting.
we win?
Sorry.
Exactly. We don't even know.
We
which
don't
job-
know.
We don't know.
We're just
That,
wandering around
that
the
should
table.
be.
But we gotta
I
figure
think
out-
that's in the rules somewhere.
But we
Don't
did
take
win.
a job when you don't know what it is. But in this case, I think
All right. So a messenger comes and gives you guys a letter, and the letter tells you that you guys are to come to the Open Lord's castle tomorrow night for dinner.
Tonight, let's have a good dinner and reflect. Tomorrow, let's go get a bath, get ourselves ready for
and find out what we've got
fine
ourselves
dinner.
into.
You don't need a bath. He can press a digitation the fuck out of you.
that is. Well,
You can.
the whole party.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
okay.
one at a time.
Just create water.
No, you wouldn't kill gross.
Just
Clean.
No, we clean, wash up, and then you. They're
like a-
Should we
smelling
go
better.
back and rush order his
No.
tabard?
No, his is that's
no. I
It's
don't.
going to take 10 days.
10 days.
My cloak is.
Tabard's not really good for a dinner party.
I was gonna say.
I'm not really fond of that thing, so we can
The
wait.
proper tassels on the.
We can wait
feet.
300 days to pick that thing up.
Yeah. So.
I'm keen on like a nice dinner,
I think
just
we'll-
just the gang, not like too crazy like it was last night.
We'll take a room.
Yeah, they have like conference rooms where the people have like meetings and stuff, so you guys can go in there. Those are typically they have some that have like leather, like easy chairs, fireplaces, and like little end tables. But if you want, they can put like a dinner table in there for you guys,
Okay.
and do that. It's smaller, more comfortable, I guess, if you will.
So let's do that.
Yeah.
Dinner.
Yeah, they have food brought in, and
Yeah.
we can discuss things we've learned. Like I like to share
they tell you that they can give you guys a multi-course, top-notch, custom meal for the 6 of you guys, including the room, for just 5 gold for the night.
Yep.
That sounds
Deal.
Absolutely.
fair enough.
Deal. Thank you, folks. And then after, so
Mark off 5 gold.
okay. So do you want to skip ahead after dinner?
After what?
To after dinner?
What are we gonna?
Sure.
After dinner, while we're sitting around and talking, so I'm going to give everybody the
So,
cigars.
so if you guys want, when you guys are done with dinner,
Mhm.
if they'll ask you want us to remove the table and bring some more chairs in, so you guys can just hang out.
Yes, please.
So they'll pull the table out and they'll put in some more of those leather chairs, so you guys can all 6 fit and sit around like facing the fireplace.
Some ottomans, put your feet up, cigar.
I think it's cigar time, and it's time to figure out what do we want. And as the face of the party, with the leader.
Wait a minute, isn't there 2 faces and 2 leaders?
Well,
So as a spokesperson for the party,
I think we ought to vote on that.
okay.
that sounds like a great idea.
I would
Because
prefer.
I hear that 2 people are the leaders, so.
I think maybe
Yeah.
Belladonna should be the face.
Well, I would prefer if
who's
we
this
had
talking?
our.
Quiet face.
Who's this?
Belladonna
talking?
has the
DM
best.
saying
Belladonna
that,
has the best looking face, apparently.
Yes, but
I might prefer
as a
if we had our
communicator,
bar-
she's lacking.
Hey, I said the face, not the communicator.
If we had our bard present.
Speak
for-
softly and spit a big
Like,
cloud of
well,
acid.
You know, if the bard was here, you know what? We can't vote because the bard's not
The
here.
bard,
so.
the bard would be the one who would be the natural face for the party. However, we do have
Well,
several
the-
more charismatic.
I like the inspiring leader wants to come and do this on a regular basis. So, but that doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is
there are several charismatic characters in this.
there are. There's no exactly. But what does everybody want out of the? And this might help the DM as well. What does everybody want to do next? Like, are we just gonna wait for Lemon, which is what we're gonna listen to tomorrow?
Well, I was going to go and scout out the area where we're going to be staying tomorrow, where we're going to be meeting tomorrow. See if there's anything I could learn from just a quick look. But
Well, you understand that is the
That's probably a guarded
like
strong
it's like
place.
that's like the mayor's mansion, the
course,
mayor's
of
castle.
course.
It's like the,
It is.
it's like the
It
White House,
is
man.
very
That's like the-
secure and
yeah.
very
just
guarded.
checking out what kind of defenses and what kind of
Oh,
thing
Oh,
we're
it'll
walking.
be all the defenses.
I assume
Yes, it is all of the defenses.
it is all of the defenses. Just making sure. It's in the rule. I'm gonna flip through my rule book.
And Locke, you are familiar with how
Well defended.
well defended
Yeah,
that place is.
yeah. It's hard to be hard to be a criminal without at least taking a glance at the mayor's man.
So while we're having our cigars, so Will's just gonna say, "Hey guys," so I'm gonna.
Okay, hold on.
Sure.
It's a.
When you taste this, it's not as good as the one that you bought. You're the only one that knows that right now.
And for me, I'm like, I don't really smoke, so like, it's supposed to be good, I guess.
I used to.
Hey,
but
we're all doing
it's a
something
nice
together.
cigar.
That's so
Did you get 7 cigars or only 6?
6
Belladonna.
Belladonna. So I got
Break it in half.
I don't
My other
know.
one.
yeah.
Well,
Whoa! You're gonna
minus
get Belladonna
one
the
for
best
the
one?
leadership ability.
I don't need it.
He gives Belladonna the other one he gave you.
There you go.
Belladonna can have mine if she prefer. I've been trying to quit.
Well, Rowena, does Belladonna want to smoke a cigar?
It's a nasty habit.
But we don't want you to feel left
I mean,
out.
Yeah,
That's very
exactly.
sweet.
I mean, she can spit
It's
acid.
not. It's
I do
not.
appreciate it, but I can smoke on myself. I translate for it.
Okay.
I
Just
can
naturally smoke.
So you said you're smoking already?
Ooh, that's what Lux said. Hey, you know what?
Yeah, well,
Maybe
you still-
Lux will have a change of heart of wanting to kill her now that she looks like a 22-year-old hot female.
Haven't changed. Is that why you've been visiting Muhammad?
He's like, you got a hot little college girl there now.
So Tiamat, so blah, blah, you know. And so, just gonna say, hey, Lemon tomorrow, and Will. So everyone knows, Will just wants to be with the group, go get our, bask in the glory, learn from Torm, and eventually want to go see how things are going with Dad. But that's not down in Candlekeep. But that's not right now. That's what I think.
I feel we should have a leader to unify the group, and I vote that it should be Will.
Will goes, fuck yeah. I mean, okay.
Will's gonna go.
If you say so.
Well,
Will say, look, it all depends. We've got I think in character would say, I've been enjoying, inspiring leadership, and but I think we do have a lot of, faces in this group. So maybe we don't need a leader. Who knows?
I think it depends on the situation.
John,
If we need a final say in the party, we do have an odd number of members, so perhaps have
Majority rules.
But if we have an even number, do we not have an even number?
Look how awesome he is, always including Belladonna.
We have an odd number if we count Belladonna, but I feel like Belladonna is a little bit biased. In
Do we
this
count
situation.
You got Remy?
Remy would make it an even number. And Remy has an intelligence of 1, so I do not think I
piece
count.
of cheese.
Yeah.
Try to slay it.
I haven't introduced you to Barney yet.
Oh dear.
Oh.
We're gonna.
Barney's my horse.
My horse.
Barney.
I think that
my god, Barney.
it might be useful to have some type of
Is he purple?
tiebreaker, but again, I think I'm
I feel like
happy
we
to-
should have a clear leader whenever we visit Lemon, though.
Should we have Should we need a diplomatic face?
Down here.
Yes, we're teasing.
So part of the part of
pawns fancy clothes off of a person, and it's hilarious. I'm happy. I think it's fun.
So you and
I do
Bella,
it.
Yes, I
Stand
will
up.
I will be standing
Stand
up
up.
for
All
myself.
right.
Ready.
Very is just gorgeous. So when you're looking at it, you've
Lock
got
for tens.
yep, but
Baked.
as her facial features are gorgeous. It's like
Heard stories that you're the.
We know that she's the open
From my understanding, most of the open lords will serve as Yeah, these are some
Oh,
stealthy
I fully
mother.
expected that.
These are some stealthy motherfuckers. They do and of course they also charge tuition fees for